On today's Part of My Take, we are back from vacation. We got a lot to catch up on. We also have an awesome interview with Charissa Thompson and Erin Andrews. We went to Erin Andrews' office, Super Bowl week. Great interview, great talk with both of them.
And her dog was there too.
Her dog was there. Yes, it was a great time. Beautiful, beautiful office. We're going to talk LeBron. We're going to talk Aaron Rodgers. We got NBA All-Star weekend. A ton of stuff. Juwan Howard. Speaking of Juwan Howard, actually, Juwan Howard should go to BetterHelp because he clearly needs some.
He's got anger issues.
He's got to work on himself. So BetterHelp.com is the place that you can work on yourself. Relationships take work. A lot of us will drop anything to go help someone we care about. Well, you go out of your way to treat other people well, but how often do we give ourselves the same treatment? You need to make sure that you're working on yourself. You go to the gym. You take your car in when it has a weird sound. Why aren't you doing the same for your mental health? Your mental health is your mental wealth. It is the greatest asset. So go to BetterHelp Online Therapy. Right now, they offer videos, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Give it a try. See why over 2 million people have used BetterHelp Online Therapy. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and our listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/PMT. That's BetterHelp.com/PMT, BetterHelp.com/PMT, BetterHelp.com/PMT. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Part of My Take, presented by BetterHelp.com. Go right now to BetterHelp.com/PMT and get 10% off your first month. Today is Wednesday, February 23rd. Tan everywhere, Jan everywhere. We're back from vacation. Credit to us for taking a vacation.
Hit the
Way
reset
to go,
button.
boys. We're back.
Yeah, we just got a little hard reset on our bodies.
It does feel...
Vacations rock. Hank was right.
Yeah, no, they do. And we'll do our vacation FAQs at the end and talk about our vacations. But it was... it's also awesome to take a vacation right after the Super Bowl because you feel like a football player. You're like, long season.
No,
got a break.
It was funny. So I was on a beach, and there were at least 3 guys that I saw, and I was like, you know, I think that guy's actually on the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm at the same place. This is where we all go after a long season to recharge the battery a little bit.
Got to help our bodies here for a second. But yeah, we will do vacation talk and FAQs at the end of the show. We also have Charissa Thompson and Erin Andrews coming up. But we got to recap some things. We missed a lot of things. Where should we start? We can start with LeBron. We can start with Aaron Rodgers. We can start with Juwan Howard's anger management. What do you guys want to start with?
I feel like the Juwan Howard thing is the hottest story going right now.
Okay. So what was your – I've given my take on multiple platforms. I was watching the game live. It was awesome to watch because it was like not only did we beat Michigan, but then Juwan Howard lost his cool in such a hilarious, outrageous way. He smushed – Badger legend Joe Krabenhoff in the face, who's one of my favorite Badgers.
That's the debate was it a punch? Was it a slap?
It was a smush.
Was it a smush?
It was a smush. He smushed him.
A smush is different. A smush is about that, like 4 games. That sounds about right for a smush. Mm-hmm. I think if it was a punch, you'd probably say the rest of the season. Also, if the punch connects, I think that makes a big difference too. But a smush, that's a soft 4 games. I don't know. Is your take on it that you think that Juwan Howard has an anger problem?
Yeah, because he's a repeat offender.
He is.
So he had that. He also claimed last year that Mark Turgeon, who's no longer the Maryland head coach but was at the time, was coming at him, and he had to defend himself. Now, Juwan Howard...
I think he also said, I'm going to fucking kill you.
Yeah, he said, I'm going to fucking kill you. He got kicked out of that game. There was a little incident with his players at Rutgers in January. He's gotten some weird technical fouls where he's like yelled at people. And the Greg Gard, he said that he was defending himself because Greg Gard put his hands on him. I love Greg Gard. I've turned around on him a couple of years ago. It was actually right before COVID hit where he turned that team around. Alondo Tucker tried to ruin Badger basketball. Greg Gard's our savior. Greg Gard, like the nicest thing you could say about Greg Gard and his physique is I likened him to the guy that you talk to when you go to Enterprise and they give you like a mid-size SUV and you ordered a large SUV. He's that kind of energy. Like he might sign you up for a life insurance plan really quick. He might do your taxes. He's not exactly a guy who'd be like, oh man, I'm shaking in my boots.
No.
He's going to beat up Juwan Howard.
He's not threatening. He gives off the same vibe as like a shift manager at a mid-tier chain restaurant.
Yeah.
You know, like he can get some stuff done. He's
the whole manager.
He can get you some. Yeah, he can get you some coupons.
Yeah.
But anything above that, he's going to have to escalate it up to corporate.
Yes.
I agree that like Greg Gard is maybe the least threatening person in college basketball. Juwan Howard hit him with an excellent finger point too.
Right in his face.
That's almost worse, I would say, than the smush.
Credit
the finger point where like the tip of the finger is on the other guy's nose. That's like the most emasculating thing that you can do.
And credit to Greg Gard for not escalating it from there, because he could have beat the fuck out of Juwan Howard. He decided not to.
He was about to.
Which I was happy that he didn't, because I didn't want him to get suspended.
I did see people saying like, you know, we should actually take time to acknowledge the fact that Greg Gard did a good job of de-escalating the situation. Yeah. It's like, Greg Gard was he was really going to get out of it. He was going to be like the Tasmanian devil and start killing everybody.
There was a strong contingent of Michigan fans who I think have simmered down a little bit, because I never thought Juwan Howard should get fired. I never thought it should have been like some big, oh my God. I really do think he just needs a nap.
Yeah, you needed somebody to have that take, though. I'm glad that people had the take, the reactionary, fire this guy, get him away from kids. He's a bad influence. But
black eye on sports.
Obviously, you say black eye?
Black eye on sports.
What I'm doing with this is I'm smashing the good for college basketball button.
Oh, yeah.
I love this. And there's so many people out there. I listened to several podcasts over the weekend because, once again, I am getting back into college basketball as I do this time of year every year. And there were a lot of people being like, this is a really ugly thing that happened. And it's a shame that this is what our sport is being reduced to. For the first time all year, college basketball was leading all the major sports TV shows. And it's ugly that it has to be about this. No. I'm smashing the good for college basketball button.
Of course it is.
It's awesome for college basketball.
It's the middle of February. People are talking about Wisconsin versus Michigan. That does not happen otherwise on All-Star Weekend.
Yeah.
Like, it's great.
Yes. Rivalries in college sports where it's always on the cusp of turning violent, that's just good for the sport. And nothing bad happened. A couple of the players start throwing hands, which I totally agree with. If you see your coach throw a punch, you should have carte blanche to throw a punch after that. Like, imagine you're in practice with this guy every day. You're signed on to be part of his team. You believe everything that he says. You're lining up behind him. If he throws a punch, it's like, okay, we're fighting now. Our whole team's fighting. I don't have a problem with the players getting into it. They probably did deserve to be suspended for a game just because you can't, like, let people punch willy-nilly.
Correct.
But like a slap on the wrist was absolutely appropriate. And now I'm loving that it's turned into debate about the handshake line in general.
Well, so
there was the handshake line.
Yeah, so there were a lot of – I love the handshake line. If you don't have the handshake line, you don't have moments like Tom Crean's blow-bys or Coach K deciding to coach Dylan Brooks in a losing effort. Like, those things happen in the handshake line.
Coach Harbaugh and Jim Schwartz pinching each other's nipples.
Right, exactly. So these things, like college coaches are bad losers, and I want to see it in the handshake line. Like, at the end of the day, this was about Juwan Howard needing a win very badly in Madison, not getting it, and being really upset.
Yeah.
Like, that's all it was about. Like, you could pretend it was the timeouts and this and that. No, he was mad that his team didn't perform well in the second half, and Johnny Davis is a stud. But the handshake, there was a contingent of Michigan fans who were like, Greg Gard escalated, never put your hands on another man, which is hilarious because it's literally the handshake line.
Yeah.
Like, that's when you're going there to put your hands on each other's hands.
Yep.
To touch hands.
Docking.
Even had Deadspin weigh in with the first line was whiteness wins again. Greg Gard didn't get suspended.
Was that like 400-year streak?
I don't know what like Greg Gard didn't he like grabbed him by the elbow to explain it.
No, that was it's ridiculous that somebody would reduce it to that. Juwan Howard did throw the smush.
And he also came in hot saying, I won't forget that.
Well,
I won't forget that.
And if you look at what happened, what led up to it was Juwan Howard decided to press at the end of the game.
On backups.
And then Wisconsin called a timeout so that they wouldn't get an 8-second violation.
10-second
violation. Yeah,
you're still getting back into college basketball.
I'm still in NBA mode, obviously. But yeah, they had to call a timeout so they wouldn't get called for a 10-second violation. And then Juwan Howard got mad that they called the timeout because he was pressing.
Correct.
And so then it just...
And it also goes back to the stupid net rankings, which is the dumbest thing that college basketball does, where they're going to decide quad 1 and quad 2 wins and losses, and it actually matters how much you win and lose by.
Yeah, I love the quad 1 wins. That's a good quad 1 win for this program.
Yes.
But credit to Juwan Howard. He's very good at apologizing. Howard,
not immediately.
Not immediately, but
he said he was threatened.
Yeah, but in the updated one, I thought his apology hit all the right notes. I like the fact that these coaches are getting mad, but please don't take away our handshake line.
No.
There's a lot of stuff that we do just in life that we probably don't have to do, and it probably leads to bad situations, but we still do it anyway because it's beautiful and fun. $1 Long Island iced tea night.
Yeah.
That starts a lot of fights too, but it also teaches us valuable life lessons.
Yeah.
About how to carry yourself as an adult.
Yeah, eating chili past 7 p.m.
Exactly. We still
shit
do it.
like this. Taco Bell at midnight.
It's not pretty. But, yeah, I'm all in favor of these little skirmishes.
Did you see, so the Wisconsin AD, Chris McIntosh, I loved his statement. He came out and fully supported Greg Gard. He said it's not a Greg Gard fine. He got fined $10,000. He said it's a Wisconsin fine. We're going to pay for it.
It's a program.
And, that's, it is, when these things actually happen, usually everyone's got to be like, oh, I'm so sorry. It's like, no. Greg Gard really didn't, okay, he grabbed him by the elbow. If that's the start of, if grabbing someone, I like him to, if grabbing someone by the elbow in a handshake line started a fight, Coach K would have gotten his face smushed 10,000 times in his career. Mm-hmm. That's just a fact.
How sick would that be if somebody just punched Coach K in the face in a handshake line? Him? Yeah, that'd be great.
It's been great though. I've loved every second of it because I had the rare, not only am I on the right side of history, but my team won. So it's it's just the whole thing has been awesome.
Yeah, I don't think anybody with an objective set of eyes looks at what happened and they're like, you know what, Greg Gard was really the instigator in this. I think it's pretty obvious Juwan Howard instigated. He did tell him, stop touching me.
Yeah,
he said several times, stop touching me, but that's that Midwestern niceness by Greg Gard. He just had to grab his elbow.
Wanted to keep touching him.
Juwan Howard just should have said, oop, let me scoop by you there real quick.
Yeah.
And then it would be all fine.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, I did not think Juwan Howard should be. I do think he should probably see BetterHelp because he does have
their defense needs to seek BetterHelp.
Yes, they have some anger problems. Well, Johnny Davis is that good, but it was great for college basketball. All right, next topic. What do we want to do? LeBron, Aaron Rodgers.
Let's talk Bron.
Let's talk All-Star Weekend. All-Star Weekend was awesome. I only watched highlights. I didn't actually watch anything live.
I was watching the dunk contest at a bar, and everyone was like, "This sucks."
I heard it was
bad.
terrible.
It was really, really,
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar
really
got
bad.
up and walked away during the dunk contest.
Yeah,
and people say that it's been bad for a while, but 2016 was the best dunk contest of all time.
Yes.
It's not that far removed from that.
You just need guys to want to try and want to be part of it, and it's I don't know.
I mean, there's a real simple answer for all this.
It's actually a good segue for LeBron because LeBron
should be in the dunk contest.
Ruined the dunk contest by never doing it.
Well,
correct.
Thus setting the precedent for the best players to never do it.
He ruined it by saying he was going to do it too. You remember that?
Yeah.
And then just never did it. I think what they should do, they should just put a shitload of money in the pot for the winner of the dunk contest.
Yeah.
It's very simple. Just get a big sponsor, get everybody to pitch in,
You
and
should
be
just,
like $2 million to the winner of this.
No, do even better. Do better than $2 million. Be like, if you win the dunk contest, you're eligible for a 7-year Supermax.
Or a free agent.
Yeah.
You can win your free agency.
That would be cool, too.
Like a 10-day contract. Bring in the YouTube dunkers.
Yeah.
Mixing.
You get paid whatever John Wall is getting paid right at this moment.
That'd be sick.
That would be awesome.
What is John Wall? Is he alive? Are we sure?
$47 million. Well,
when was the last time somebody's put eyes on John Wall?
That's why LeBron was very upset, because LeBron wanted the Lakers to trade for John Wall. I don't know where we even want to start with LeBron. He put on a tour de force. I'll give you a couple quotes. One was he said it's like Cleveland has 3 All-Stars this weekend, talking about Jared Allen and Darius Garland and LeBron, even though he's not on the Cavs. Mm-hmm. But it is like
he's
Cleveland
like
had
the third
3
Cleveland,
All-Stars. Yeah. He also said, talking about Luka, he said, I love everything about his game. I love everything about him. The way he plays reminds me of my game.
Yes.
Great compliment.
That's awesome.
Great compliment. And then LeBron basically spent the entire weekend just making everyone in the Lakers front office and anyone who's on the Lakers roster feel like shit. So he wanted to trade Russell Westbrook at the trade deadline. They were like, no, LeBron, because we wanted Buddy Hield. You made us get Russell Westbrook.
I don't think that people give enough credit to LeBron for being such a shitty general manager.
Yes.
He's actually not good at it. But in another way, he's very good at it in that Russell Westbrook was the perfect guy for LeBron to get on the team to be like, this is why we're bad.
You're right.
Because of him.
Right. And so he went to Cleveland. He complimented Sam Presti, the Oklahoma City GM. He was like, he's the MVP of the Thunder. He went cross sport. He complimented Les Snead. He said, that's my type of guy, because Les Snead traded all his picks for a super team. And then the best was he complimented Kobe Altman, the GM of the Cavs, who he hated in 2017 and 18 with like all the Kyrie stuff, and he wanted to trade all the picks for current talent. He's like, he's doing a great job, basically leaving the door open for him to come back to Cleveland, but he said he'd only come back for a max deal.
Well, he also said never say never.
Never say never.
He's not closing the door on Cleveland, but he'd come back for a max deal if they drafted Bronny.
Well, no, he'd come back that's going to happen in a few years. So that's a whole separate thing. He's going to be this summer. He has an extension that he can sign, which he probably won't. So he might try to come back to Cleveland sooner than later. But the best part about the coming back to Cleveland and complimenting Kobe Altman, and he's like, he built a great team and what they've done. The reason why they built such a great team is because they just didn't listen to LeBron in 2017 and 18. LeBron wanted to trade all the picks for current LeBron, and they're like, no, fuck that. You're probably going to leave anyway. And then they got Darius Garland with a pick. They got Okoro with a pick. They got Evan Mobley with a pick, and they traded a pick for Jared Allen. So literally the entire team is built because they're like, LeBron, we're not letting you be the GM anymore. And then he comes back and he's like, that GM's really good, even though he did the opposite of everything I wanted.
You think that there's a chance that LeBron is playing like 7-dimensional chess right now, and he's trying to fuck up the Lakers roster so badly that they will be in a position to draft Bronny? So then he goes back to Cleveland, and then he comes back to LA to play with Bronny.
He might be, yeah. You might be right.
He's already played with his dad, Delonte West. Now he wants to play with his son.
You had that one ready to go.
No, that's off the dome. People don't talk about that whole thing enough.
Yeah, well, Delonte West, it's not been great.
That's true.
Yeah,
I hope he's well.
Yes, I hope he's well too. I think he had a
I saw a video of him
recently.
working out. Yeah,
just
shooting around in a gym.
Yeah,
looked good.
That's like a prime NBA like Twitter meme.
Yeah.
Anytime you have LeBron, it's like, let's throw in a Delonte West.
Don't let that distract you from the fact that Golden State blew a 3-1 lead.
There we go.
There it is. We have forgotten about
skull
that one.
emoji. Who did this, fam? But yeah, LeBron put on an unbelievable performance all weekend, and also hit the game-winning shot, which I hate the Elam ending. That's so stupid, and that's not because I thought that the game could go over, but it didn't because that stupid fucking math.
Yeah, there's too much math involved at the end of the game.
Yeah, I don't like that. Sick. It ends with a shot. It's like no.
Give me a clock.
Just play the game.
I understand a clock. It counts down when it all hits 0. That's the end of the game.
Yeah,
it's easy enough.
What are you gonna say, Hank?
There's also a lot of good moments from the NBA 75 ceremony. MJ came. Everyone was kind of show-stopped the crowd. Everyone stopped and was like taking pictures with him.
He got a bigger pop than LeBron.
Yep.
In Cleveland, just saying. Also, the clip of him saying to Magic, put on your shoes, let's play one-on-one right now. And everyone in the room, did you see this clip?
No.
Everyone in the room's laughing, and then it cuts back for one split second at the end to MJ, and he's dead serious. He's like, no, I want to play one-on-one right now.
That doesn't sound like something he's doing a joke about at all.
Yeah. There's a clip of Paul Pierce and KG standing next to each other, and they introduce Ray Allen, and they just stiff him. Like, they don't talk to him at all. LeBron comes up and, like, embraces him, and KG literally, like, looks the other way.
He was so mad.
That was
awesome.
That was petty funny.
That was
and
great.
Then Dennis Rodman, there's a picture of, like, the Banana Boat crew. It was, like, LeBron, Chris Paul, Dwayne Wade, Carmelo Anthony, maybe Steph Curry, too, like, taking a picture on the stage. And Dennis Rodman, like, got caught up, basically. Like, he was up there but didn't want to be up there, and is just standing there. Like, Dennis Rodman being like, what am I supposed to do? And they're like, you have to take a picture. So he, like, got in.
Dennis Rodman had the vibe all weekend, if you saw any of the clips, of, like, everyone basically said to themselves, I don't want to be caught talking to Dennis Rodman for more than 30 seconds because North Korea is going to come up and he's going to say some weird shit. So, like, everyone was doing, like, a quick, like, hey, Dennis, and then keep on walking.
Yeah, no, Dennis is you should go back and listen to the interview that we did with Dennis Rodman a few years ago.
Whew.
He made a lot of sense.
Yeah, he made
about
a ton
lot
of
of
sense.
things. Wait, Carmelo wasn't on the Banana Boat, though, was he? He was like, wasn't he like the last man out?
Remember? We said he wasn't, yeah.
He's still in the Banana Boat crew, though.
He is.
He's
He
in
said that when we were with him.
Banana Boat cinematic universe.
Yes. What are you going to say, Billy?
He was on the beach.
That's right. That's right. He said he was on the beach. So, yeah, the All-Star game, like, Steph was incredible. I don't know.
How pissed were those guys that they
Carl
had to go out
Anthony
and
Towns
party
winning
in
the
Cleveland?
three-point
though?
contest, kind of impressive.
What are you going to say, PFT?
Just like if you're an all-star in the NBA, maybe you're a first-time all-star, and you get voted into the game, and it's in Cleveland. That's got to kind of suck, right?
I think they have a good time no matter what.
What do they do? They go to that casino?
No, they go to fucking Dante's club.
Yeah, true.
Forward. Yeah.
There's a good B-dubs there, too.
Yeah, Cat winning the three-point contest was great just because then everyone can be like, Cal didn't let him shoot threes, which is always fun. Also, I think MJ has a party every All-Star game that he like rents out like a huge warehouse.
Yeah, that's
so
probably,
I think
I imagine the entertainment's got to be pretty good at that party, too.
Yeah, I feel like they still have a very good time.
Where would the funniest place for Bronny to be drafted be?
Well, Boston.
Boston would be very funny.
I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Boston, Utah would also be funny.
Utah would be funny.
Can't drink wine.
Sacramento.
Boston would be.
Yeah, I mean, it would be.
People's heads would explode. Mine included.
Hank, when I saw that
but
quote.
I would have to be a fan.
When I saw that quote, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool because like you can't hate on LeBron wanting to play with his son, even though his son's probably not a first-round draft pick and he should probably be in college for 2 or 3 years, but he's going to stunt his growth, even though that. But then I immediately was like, fuck, what if he comes to the Bulls and I have to root for LeBron in a farewell season? Because that's the thing. Oh. It's not just LeBron. It's LeBron's farewell season.
Bronny Jr. is probably going to not even want that.
Dude, I do think it's cool. I think LeBron's a good dad, except for the times when he makes his daughter drink wine that tastes like rocks.
Makes her eat rocks.
Yeah,
too.
eat rocks. I do think though, like
cultural appropriation of tacos.
Yes, it probably's got to suck a little for Bronny Jr. because
it's like Lonzo Ball, but way worse.
Yeah, because he's not like, and again,
Ball.
there's no knock on him because he's a kid, but like if you see any of the draft projections or watch him play, it's like he's good. He's not lottery pick good, but someone's going to spend a big, like they're going to do a first round pick on him because they can then get LeBron. Mm-hmm. And then LeBron's going to retire, and the team's going to be like, wait.
We tanked for Bronny?
Wait, you're not that good.
Yeah. No,
I hope he's better, but like there's a chance it could really suck for Bronny.
Well, then what they're going to have to do is make LeBron the GM of
or
that
own
team.
the team.
Or
yeah.
own the team, yeah.
Yeah. There's a small chance it could suck for Bronny where he's like plays a full year with LeBron, and then LeBron retires, and he's like,
he's got to grow.
I wish I had stayed in college.
Okay, I'm officially rooting for LeBron to go to the Celtics. That would be so funny to watch.
I'm not, but it would. I can acknowledge that it would be funny because I literally don't know what I would do.
I think it's going to end up being like a team, a smaller market team that is doing it because they're like, we get to sell out for a year.
Is he going to want to go to play for MJ?
Charlotte? That would be great.
The two GOATs on the same franchise?
I could see him going to like, maybe New Orleans. Zion's probably going to eat himself out of the league.
Well, I'm convinced.
Remember Zion?
Yeah, I'm convinced that MJ or that LeBron is doing something with Zion behind the scenes right now.
I wish Zion. I like watching Zion.
I love watching Zion
playing.
I just wish he'd pick up CJ McCollum's phone calls.
Yeah,
it's rude.
And that maybe I think Sacramento is probably like I could totally see Sacramento. And like, hey, we're going to sell tickets for a year.
Yeah,
this will be sick. Let's do it.
I don't think he'd do it though. I think he would pull a power play, and he'd be like an Archie Manning to his way worse son, and be like, "You're not going to draft my son and then get me.
Right?
You have to trade that pick to somebody."
Yeah. All right. I mean, it's going to be whatever it's going to happen. I think I was on with my guys Waddle and Sylvie today. They posed the question: over under 1.5 teams that LeBron plays for the rest of his career, like besides the Lakers.
Over.
I think it's over.
I think it's under. I think he's going to go to Cleveland, and then he's going to make the Cavs draft Bronny.
You think so?
Yeah.
Even though Kobe Altman has kind of flexed on him, like just not listening to him.
I think that's going to happen. I think
and
Dan
if the
Gilbert
Cavs make a run this year,
it.
like, do you even want LeBron?
That's the thing. Is he's just going to, especially if he wants a max
Cavs fan
deal.
on this podcast, like
you are.
Keep this team the way it is. It's fun to watch. LeBron would ruin everything again.
He did take them to a championship. Their first one ever.
Draymond Green. That was bullshit.
If he didn't kick, who did he kick in the nuts?
It was a
Multiple
incidental contact.
Yeah, it was total incidental. All right, let's do Coors Light real quick. Coors Light, if you're looking to chill, Coors Light is the one to turn to. If you're sitting on the couch having a Coors Light, there's nothing better. I was drinking Coors Light all weekend long in Mexico. Coors Light is the perfect beer to chill, to unwind, to have that moment where you just kind of unplug from the world. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged. It's literally made to chill. It's as crisp and refreshing as the Colorado Rockies. Perfect for a moment to unwind. Coors Light is so good and so cold, it actually beat the Mexican sun this weekend, which it's tougher than the sun.
The fucking sun.
The sun, yes. Coors Light is the one I choose when I need to unwind, so when you want to hit reset, reach for the beer that's made to chill. Get Coors Light in the new look delivered straight to your door with Drizzly or Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/take. CoorsLight.com/take. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. All right, last one. Aaron Rodgers.
I hope he's happy.
I fell for it again.
So Aaron Rodgers is just he loves people asking
Hank.
the question.
He just giggled at
is
me.
Is he going to retire?
I mean,
the picture that he put up, that was Randall Cobb and Devontae Adams with a gap in between them. Did he Photoshop that?
No, it was when he had COVID.
Oh, okay.
This year.
Which time?
Yeah, jail.
So he had everybody fooled because everyone was like, we've cracked the code. And then he's like, I'm going to take some more time. Actually, like, if you don't believe my take that Aaron Rodgers is straight up macro doses mushrooms and LSD in the offseason, go listen to his most recent interview.
Did you want to hear the 12-day
yes,
cleanse?
Yes, give it to us, Billy.
The Panchakarma cleanse, which I don't know if he did all of this, but under the Panchakarma sort of thing they do, it includes therapeutic vomiting, oil embolisms, and laxatives. Basically,
with enema?
Yeah, they put it up. They put stuff up to clear it out, like a douche type thing.
He's been douching his butt for
2
weeks?
And puking.
And
all
puking,
the holes.
And then putting like ghee, which is butter, up his nose. Bloodletting, which is like
cutting himself?
Medieval, yeah. Or leeches.
Dude, you could just call your parents.
Yeah. And then eating solely just rice, veggies, and ghee, butter for 12 days.
It's just a classic thing like Jack from Twitter does. Rich people do this shit all the time. Whenever they get bored, they just decide to take 2 weeks to make themselves feel uncomfortable because their life kicks so much ass all the time. Mm-hmm. That they're like, you know what? I'm gonna live in a cave and butt funnel salt water for a fortnight, and I'm gonna come back with some crazy ideas.
Didn't Zuckerberg do something where he's like, I'm gonna start raising like the only thing I eat is things that I can kill with my hands.
I kill myself.
Yeah. And then he was just like quit after like a couple weeks. Like, this sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Rick Ross got a bull. That was pretty hype.
That was actually sick. That was just like a
That's
flex.
how to do it.
Yes,
that's how to do it.
But yeah, I fell for it. I totally fell for it. I woke up this morning. He posted it late last night. I woke up this morning. I saw it. I was like, today's the day. Like, because I think the GM's got a press conference tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I was like, today's the day. Aaron Rodgers is out of my life. I can't wait for this. And just nothing happened. He's the king of doing things like cryptically and then being like, why is everyone looking into these things? Why is the media making a big deal about this?
Yeah, no, but the stuff he was doing was like very, very intentional.
Yeah.
I did like the message that he wrote on Instagram though, which is just like, hey, shout out to my my former fiance.
Yeah.
I learned a lot. Thank you for letting me learn about you.
Yes.
And so I guess all those rumors about her buying an apartment in Pittsburgh and then Rodgers going to be a Steeler next year.
Source was Jersey Jerry.
Source was Jersey Jerry. No, I heard it somewhere else. There was somebody else that said that too.
Probably Jersey Jerry.
But I did,
probably Big Cat from Jersey
Yeah,
Jerry.
probably. Yeah, it was probably a game of telephone.
I absolutely love the whole realtor sources scene. That's my second favorite. I think right behind tracking the private jets is knowing somebody whose wife works in real estate in a city. Oh, guess what? The fiance of the Green Bay Packers quarterback was looking for an apartment last week.
Remember, it wasn't the realtor, though. It was the chef.
Oh, that's
Jersey
right.
Jerry said that there was a chef that was working for Shailene in Pittsburgh, and Aaron Rodgers is on his way, and we were like, Jerry, I don't think they're together anymore.
I think there might have been two separate sources. There might have been a chef and also a realtor.
Well, she had to rent an apartment.
Yeah, that's true. So I don't think that we know anything else about what his plans are. I don't know. I was just operating under the assumption this whole offseason that he was not going to return to Green Bay. Going back to last year when he wanted to get out, you would think that he would want to get out by now, right? It's cold. He doesn't like playing in the cold.
But it's all going the other way now. He said like he was more positive leaving this year than last year. I think he probably had, maybe through like putting butter up his asshole, he realized that the Packers actually have a really good roster. Stop complaining about it, because the alternative is going to Denver and having to play Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert 4 times.
Yeah, that was a stupid idea that was getting thrown out there. Like I understand that the Broncos are the team that you go to when you want to win a Super Bowl at the end of your career, but why would you want to go to that division right now?
Right.
Plus, they got Drew Lock, and he's sick.
And Aaron Rodgers did apologize to me, though. So he did say he wanted to apologize to all the people that got caught in the shrapnel when he made his COVID comments. And so he said, to these people, I just say I'm sorry. I never meant to get you in the middle of it, but you got into it by proxy because of your relation to me. I think I consider myself part of that, because I was dragged a little bit online when I was demanding he go to jail. Mm-hmm. People were calling me libcat, and they were getting upset about that. So apology accepted from Aaron Rodgers to me.
But still should be in jail.
Absolutely should still be in jail.
Until he retires from
it
Packers.
Sounds like he's doing some really freaky shit. He's not.
You got
to get him in jail.
I feel like if you had a good relationship when the whole butter up the asshole thing started, that's something that a solid, rock solid relationship can probably tolerate for a week.
Right.
And then after a full week, when you've gone Monday through Sunday of having somebody assist you by putting, fermented yak butter up your asshole?
Yep.
At that point, they're probably like, hey, can we try something else, like maybe a new hobby?
Well, it really boils down to, like, it sounds like, and I don't want to talk about Aaron Rodgers' private life, but it does sound like he just might not have a lot of friends. Because I don't know, when I want to clear my head, hey, let's go on vacation. Have a couple Coors Light. Mm-hmm. You could do that and feel gratitude to the people in your life, the same as putting butter up your asshole for 12 days.
Yeah, every rich person should just have somebody that hangs out with them. They don't even really need to be friends. Just somebody that says, like, yeah, that sounds crazy. What are you doing? Just like a bringer down-to-earth guy.
It would be great if you could just do a rent-a-crew.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, these are your college buddies. You got a Sully. You got a...
Or just Tinder for bros.
Yeah. You got a Steve.
Meet up with somebody, have a hang, maybe play pickup hoops, and then once you start floating the weird ideas about, like, hey, I need a saltwater enema, they're like, bro, well, there's a game on.
Yeah, dude, let's play some beer pong.
Exactly.
Right? Like, let's just hang out. Let's fucking have some fun. Let's flick each other in the dick. That's what real bros do. We don't put butter up our ass. We hit each other in the nuts.
Real hard. I still hope he leaves. I just want to see Aaron Rodgers in a different uniform. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, I very much hope he leaves. Very, very, very much. And it is crazy. Like, I do think he just probably did this. What's it called, Billy?
Panchakarma cleanse.
Like, this is going to be a moment that hurts me to say, but he probably did the Panchakarma cleanse and was like, wait, I played the Vikings, the Lions, and the Bears? Why would I leave that?
Yeah.
Like, you get to kick our ass.
I actually might want to get in on this, the Panchakarma cleanse. It sounds like it put a good head on his shoulders.
Yeah. He started thinking... He clearly wants back with his ex. He definitely wants back with Shailene after the cleanse.
How do you do all this stuff and not die, though?
I think they have someone watch, like a lifeguard.
You need a trained professional to do it with you.
Someone who's ready to plunge your asshole for butter.
You need a spiritual guide.
Yeah.
A shaman.
Oh no, he's starting to not breathe correctly.
Better make his asshole bigger.
Let's fucking get this Land O'Lakes out of his butt before it gets too bad. All right.
That'd be all time, though, if Aaron Rodgers accidentally killed himself by putting too much butter up his butt.
I don't wish for that. I just wish for him to go to jail. It's much different. All right. That was a good recap. Anything else we missed before we get to Hot Seat Cool Throne? I think that was pretty much everything. It was good to be gone, and it was good to also see, like, things happen and not be like, fuck. Like, we're missing so much, we got to get back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think enough happened where it kind of piled up.
Yeah, right. Where it was like, this is okay, fuck it.
Phil Mickelson is apologizing.
Oh, yeah, Phil Mickelson.
He had an oopsie. Listen, we all make mistakes. He just kind of, you know what he did? He yada Saudi Arabia beheading homosexuals.
Yes.
he was like
this whole thing they do.
He was like, listen, say what you want about their human rights violations. And also having 19 of the 20 hijackers on 9/11. But they're going to pay me a shitload of money to go play golf over there. So who's to say if the regime is truly bad?
Yes. The Rory, I think, won everything when he said, I don't want to kick someone while he's down, obviously, but I thought Phil Mickelson was naive, selfish, egotistical, and ignorant. Good thing he didn't kick him when he was down.
So right now, the Super League in Saudi Arabia. Have they tentatively signed Bryson? Bryson is
No,
involved,
it's
right?
done. No, it's done.
Oh, they ended it?
Yeah, Bryson's out. Bryson announced that he was out. I think he realized after Phil was out that he had to go.
I love what a dumbass Bryson is, that he finally gets like just a hair of public sentiment on his side after the whole "Let's Go Brooksy" thing. He does, the match. He kind of like shows a little bit of his personality, and then he's like, "Okay, everyone's on my side. I'm going to go basically be an indentured servant for the Saudi regime right now."
Put a shitload of cash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Win every tournament. All right. Let's do Hot Seat Cool Throne.
That said, if there's a Saudi sheikh that wants to
a
press that
podcast,
wants
yeah.
a podcast exclusively, get in touch with us.
We'll use it as a negotiating tactic like Phil.
Yeah.
The best way to use a negotiating tactic like that is just say it out loud like Phil did. Mm-hmm. That wasn't very smart. He's like, oh, man, Phil. I listened to an interview where he was like, yeah, Phil Mickelson is his own worst enemy at all times.
Also, you just as a general rule of thumb, you shouldn't be trusting professional athletes to get your geopolitical takes.
That's true. That's a very good point. Although
he also said he pulled the
Dennis
classic.
Rodman.
It was out of context,
point.
and I said it. I thought I was saying it off the record.
Oh,
well, yeah,
one of
It
those.
was an off-the-record quote that was taken out of context.
The
I like
quote
that.
was in an unauthorized biography, I think. But I don't know how you take that quote out, because he actually wrapped all the context in the world around that quote.
Yeah, he said it all. He's
he
like, here was
said-
my plan.
He said Saudi Arabia has a lot of things that give me pause, but it could also make me a lot of money.
Right.
I think that's all the context that you need.
Yeah, he was like, I want to make more money, so that's why I'm cool with them like killing a bunch of people.
I disagree with them dismembering Washington Post journalists, but if they want to sponsor a 17th hole-in-one challenge where I get $7 million if I get within 30 feet of the pin, then yes, sign me up.
Yeah, all the way in. All right, let's do Hot Seat Cool Throne. Hank, Hot Seat Cool Throne.
My hot seat are the Olympics. The Olympics have come and gone.
Yeah.
The average total audience was 11.4 million viewers for the 2022, and that's a sharp decline. In 2018, it was 19.8 million, which was the previous lowest ever.
Yikes.
So they had a serious decline from already a very low number. It's tough.
I'm convinced it's the hockey. Like it's hockey not having the pros and not having it as like a tent pole, because they came and gone for me. I literally was like drunk at a bar in Mexico and I saw the closing ceremonies like, oh, that's interesting.
Uh-huh.
And maybe it's a little bit of the Super Bowl going, like longer and getting into that like 2-week stretch. But yeah, I didn't watch a single event. I bet on a curling match. Shout out Mr. Ice. All
Real
business
Mr.
Pete.
Ice.
Yeah. But yeah, they were nothing to me.
I agree. I think that if you're not going to have the pros playing in the Olympics, you at least need you need something that catches people's eyes and catches their attention.
Because then you're drawn in.
If it's Bob Costas' pink eye, something
Yes.
as silly as that,
Yes.
like gets me involved in the Winter Olympics. We did watch some of the women's hockey. I watched the gold medal game.
I did watch that, yes.
Yeah, the gold medal game unfortunately lost to those fucking Canucks. But overall, the only event worth watching, I thought, was the double luge. Did you watch the double
No,
luge?
I did not.
You guys need to watch some highlights of the double luge. It's the funniest event. I have no idea how it became a sport. You know the luge, you lay on your back, and then you go feet first down the ice. The double luge is just you lay on your back on the sled, and then another dude lays on top of you.
I like it.
Just like stacked up, and then you go down the ice. And like the best of all time in the double luge I think they're these Lithuanian brothers that just grew up doing the double luge together the entire time. It's such a fucking funny event to watch.
Yes. I mean, I love those niche events. It's like there's probably 100 people who do this in the world. So congrats.
There's it was like 15 years ago where I think the Winter Olympics really embraced some of the extreme sports and they added a bunch of stuff to it.
Yeah, the X Games stuff.
They need some new sports in the Winter Olympics.
Yes.
Maybe even switch some of the Summer Olympic sports that don't need to be held in the summer. Just like throw the Winter Olympics a bone. Either that or put them in a country that doesn't have civil rights abuses. That'd be good too. But
damn, PFT taking a stand on today's part of my take.
sorry, listen, I went out on vacation. I saw the world a little bit. Really opened my eyes.
U.S. Virgin Islands.
I've got some perspective.
You're traveled. All right, you're cool throne.
I have another hot seat, if that's all right.
Oh yeah, please.
It's me. Myself is on the hot seat. J.J. Watt thinks I hate him, and that's kind of scary.
You do.
Well, no. So this is all right. So this is what happened.
You do.
We tweeted a clip.
No, Hank. There have been so many times when me and Big Cat have said nice things about J.J. Watt, and you're like, "You guys are so soft." Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I want to explain this because I did. I was on vacation as well, and I had a lot of time to do some reflection, watching the sunset. We tweeted a clip from Wednesday's show with T.J. Watt talking about the Watt family. We tweeted on Twitter, and then J.J. Watt responded to that clip saying, "But does Hank still hate me?" And I was thinking about it, and it's not that I hate J.J. Watt at all. The reality of the situation is, thinking back on this show, a lot of funny times, legitimately, the hardest I've ever laughed thinking about our group text. This was way back when the Hey JJ was in its prime, and we were talking about how we were going to basically charity shame J.J. Watt into coming on the podcast, was the hardest I've ever laughed at you guys just going back and forth, busting balls. And the Hey JJ segment was so funny. So it's not that I hate JJ Watt personally. I just hate that that's not a thing anymore because he's such a nice guy and whatever.
Well, also you got to move on from it.
I know. But I don't hate JJ Watt personally. I miss those days a little bit.
But you realize that if we had stayed doing the Hey JJ thing, we would have just become the world's biggest assholes.
And also just lame.
Yes.
It would have been like, wait, you're doing this joke for 6 years now?
Yeah, it'd be like if we brought back Harambe.
Right. Never. We killed him with that shirt. Sickos.
That summer was Harambe and Hey JJ.
Yeah, it was just a perfect.
And it was great. Best summer of my life.
Yeah. It was a sick summer. Dick's out for Harambe.
That was a goat summer.
That was.
It was a good summer.
That was.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do hate him. We had the whole Russell Wilson, J.J. Watt discussion. You're like, Russell Wilson's way worse. J.J. Watt's way worse.
I think you said Russell Wilson's way cooler.
Yeah. You did. We had that whole. That had nothing to do with
That's not a hate
JJ.
thing. That's not a hate thing, though.
No, J.J. Watt's right. We stand with J.J.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, hey, Hank. Oh, no. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that.
Is that it, Hank?
Cool throw.
I have a cool throne.
Okay, go ahead.
It's drunk ideas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
PFT, Big Cat came in, said he had one. PFT came in, he said one. I said, hey.
Let's hear yours,
Let's
PFT.
do 'em.
Yeah, mine. I think Hank will actually appreciate this drunk idea. It's not really a drunk idea. It's a high idea. But I wasn't high. I was on an airplane.
Got it.
And
So yeah, you were high.
I deal with some issues when I get on a plane, and I know that Hank deals with some of these too. I get the worst gas and bloating ever when I get on a plane. Whenever it goes up in the air, doesn't matter what I've had to eat, doesn't matter what I'm currently doing on that plane. If I'm like sleeping, if I'm awake, if I'm getting up to use a bathroom, no matter what, if I'm on a plane, my stomach feels like it's about to explode.
Your bag of
from all the
potato
gas.
chips.
Yeah, exactly. It's the air pressure.
Yeah.
I think that changes in your stomach, and there's nothing you can do about it. You just have to fart. And my idea was to get fart pants, to invent fart pants, and it would just consist of pants that were soundproof, so you could wear them. They were maybe like airtight, and you could wear them. You could bust ass because when I fart on an airplane, it's never smelly. It doesn't stink. It's just air. And it's just super loud.
Wait, what happens with the airtight pants when the pressure?
Yeah, they balloon up a little bit too. I don't know. Listen, I'm not a physicist.
It's like, hey, dude, are those fart pants? No.
You're already.
Well, why are they fucking so huge?
You're poking holes in the pants. This is the exact.
No, that's
same
what
thing.
we need is a
It's the
literal
exact-
hole in the pants.
It's the exact same thing that happened when I came up with the idea of pants that charge your cell phone in the pocket when you put them in there. There are a million reasons why it will never work. But
No, I think it could work. We
Like
just
a
gotta
sploof- it's a
figure it
sploof
out
for your butthole.
Yeah, I'm not trying to naysay. I'm trying to tell you, hey, when we go to Shark Tank, let's have this not actually airproof.
yeah, well,
And
okay.
this is actually good prep because
Oh yeah, Cubes is coming by.
Yeah, I'll have to sell them on fart pants. Now, it might not even be airtight. It might just be soundproof pants.
Yeah.
It might have some of that stuff that you put on the walls in recording studios where you can just like sit there, calmly fart, and nobody knows about it.
What about like a gun silencer for your butthole?
That's
you
what- yeah.
you put it in your butthole, and it's just like it's a gun silencer.
no, it's like you ever smoke indoors when you put
Yeah.
like a bunch of tissue paper in the toilet paper thing,
Maybe that's what you do. Just
That's
stuff
what
a
you
bunch of
need,
toilet paper in your ass.
but for your butthole.
That's actually the prototype. Next time you go on an airplane, stuff a bunch of toilet paper in your asshole, see how it goes, and then we go from there.
Yeah, I'm sure like going through the x-ray machine and that scanner, they're like, oh, this guy's got a lot of stuff jammed up his
You
ass.
can do it after that. You can do it in the,
I like
in
the idea
airport
of.
bathroom.
I think the pants. I think that there's a place in the market for pants that will deaden all sounds.
Yeah. I also this is unrelated but kind of related. I was on a boat in Mexico and I thought I was very drunk, but I was like, if I ever own a boat, how funny it would be to just name it the Fart Box.
That'd be pretty funny.
Like people would just be like, "What?"
That'd be very
It's the
funny,
Fart
actually.
Box.
Get a lot
Like,
of honks.
You want to hop on the Fart Box for a little Saturday afternoon
How do
drinking?
people go about naming their boats? They can just call it whatever they want.
I think they just and they try to make it classy, but the Fart Box, like you would remember the Fart Box.
For sure.
And it'd be fun to get up like hey, what'd you do this weekend? Had a hell of a time on the Fart Box.
Mm-hmm.
So just no one steal that from me. They're not like horses, right? You can name boats anything. Like,
well, you can do Fart Box 2.
Yeah. Maybe I do Fart Box 2 and people are like, what happened to the first one?
Yeah, you do Fart Box 1, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, wait, Fart Box 2 is out there somewhere.
My drunk idea wasn't even, well, I was drunk, but it was more of a full idea. I think restaurants should offer.
So it was a sober idea, but you were drunk.
It was a drunk idea, but it was less about being drunk and more about being full.
But it was an idea you had when you were drunk.
Correct, but the drunkenness wasn't what brought on the idea. The fullness was.
Got it.
Restaurants should offer an oversized sweatshirt or even a blanket so that you can keep eating through that, like, oh man, I'm full. This like sucks. Period. I think it actually. Remember when we went to Dave and Buster's, and I got a sweatshirt and I was like, great, now I can eat everything.
Or just a smock.
Yeah, no,
It's like a giant tarp to a poncho.
Yeah, it's a blanket, a smock, or a sweatshirt. But a sweatshirt, you can then advertise your restaurant. So they walk out, they're like, hey, had a great time. But it should be an option like right somewhere between like appetizers, maybe right after appetizers. Like, sir, are you planning on eating past full? Well, yeah, always. Can we offer you this 3XL sweatshirt so that you can come a black sweatshirt so it looks a little slimming, and keep eating.
Maybe it's got some pinstripes on it going vertically.
Keep eating.
That's not a bad idea. I think most buffet places should have Snuggies available.
Yeah.
Because you need to like take a quick nap in between your third and fourth plate. Same principle, which is, you can overeat, overindulge. Nobody sees the bulge come out.
Yeah, I like it. See, I like you helping me. I'm not offended by you fixing my idea.
So these
like
pants,
you were with my pants.
So the pants could actually play a part in this.
Sure.
Where you can sit around farting while you eat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're just walking around in a Moon Man suit.
Yeah.
Why not? You just cover everything up. I really do think I would eat so much because you know that feeling when you're at a restaurant, a nice restaurant. Maybe you got a button-down shirt, you're dressed up, and you're like, do I really want to keep eating here? Yes, because it's delicious, but no, because it sucks to be like so constricted. Give me a fucking sweatshirt.
I never feel more like, you know that gif of Cam Newton where he does the, okay, it's time to go? Like when I'm super full at the end of a nice dinner and they're like, you want dessert?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I can sack up and power through this.
I was actually getting hated on by the group I was with on vacation because every night we went out, I did the desserts and I literally was like, do them all. So every night we had like 7 desserts.
That's a lot of desserts.
But it was great every single time. I ate 2 ice cream cones on the last night after eating a full dinner. It was delicious. Is that it, Hank? All right. PFT, your hot seat, cool throne?
My hot seat is the Queen.
Uh-oh.
The Queen is on the hot seat. I think she's 97 years old, and she's got COVID, unfortunately. So everyone's watching.
Long-time AWL.
What's going to happen?
Queen.
Huge Stoolie, the Queen. Thoughts, prayers up to her. I think she might be asymptomatic, but at that age, how can anybody know if you're asymptomatic? You're 97. You probably are extremely symptomatic every day when you wake up of something. You're just old.
Old, yeah.
So we're keeping her in our thoughts and prayers right now.
Do you think the Queen, though, like, I was thinking about this. COVID can't be that bad compared to, like, everything she's been through in her life. Like, her son is a pedophile. Mm-hmm. That's pretty bad. She's tough.
No, she's been through some shit.
Tough woman.
She's a tough cookie. I did learn a fun fact about the Queen this weekend, though.
Yeah?
Did you know that the Queen technically owns every mute swan in the world?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
What's a mute swan?
It's like the white swans.
Oh, got it.
The big white swans. She is in charge of all those swans. Anywhere you see one, it belongs to the Queen.
Damn.
Yeah.
So that is cool. Is that like Pablo Escobar's hippos?
It might be. Yeah, I'm curious who gets all the mute swans when she dies.
The next Queen.
But
or King. No, it's King, right?
It's
William.
William. No,
William.
Harry disavowed. Because
Harry looks so much like Carson Wentz when he
does.
took that picture with the Super Bowl trophy.
It's Charles.
Oh, yeah, it's Charles. You're right.
Charles.
It's Charles. It's Harry's dad. Harry and William's
Oh,
dad.
that guy's still alive?
Yeah, Princess Di's old
Big
husband.
ears.
Yeah.
I thought he got disavowed.
Big ears Charles.
Yeah.
No, Andrew, because he's the pedophile.
I thought Charles. They probably all are.
yeah, Charles did kind of because
They
of
got divorced.
Well, that and didn't he say some shitty things to William when he got married? Oh. And they were having the kid?
Wait, we're really
No, but that's that's Harry.
Harry,
Yeah.
yeah.
He may have said things to Harry.
He might have said some fucked up shit.
But Harry's out.
But I don't think
Yeah.
you can cancel the monarch.
No, they've done
for
way
bad
worse
comments.
They've done way worse
They're
shit.
like, you want to think this is bad? Don't go back through our real Twitter history.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you're right. I think it is Charles.
Yeah.
Even though he got divorced, I think they changed that rule.
They changed that rule just for him.
Yeah.
And then Harry disavowed, right?
William would be the next, and then
They should just skip Charles.
yeah,
I
they
agree.
should. They should go to William. They should go to Little Kid. Little Kid Kings are awesome. When it's like 5 years old, it's like you're the king.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But actually give him power.
Yeah.
Like serious power, like throwback power.
Yes. Yeah.
Where he could
get to
invade
decide
countries.
everything.
Yeah, he could invade countries and shit, start wars.
I think we just did like the plot to season 2 of Game of Thrones.
I would watch. I mean, are you saying like if there was a reality show about a child king?
Yeah.
I would.
the content.
Yes, the content would be
Content
incredible.
would be great. All right, and your cool throne?
And then my cool throne is True Love. So we didn't get a chance to talk about this last week, but on Valentine's Day, it's reported that Stefon Diggs treated himself to having 2 girls in the same hotel but different rooms.
Yep.
And didn't tell them that the other was also having their Valentine's Day. Now that's according to Wags Unfiltered. I'm pretty sure that's a credible source. So yeah, he had 2 different girls in 2 different hotel rooms on Valentine's Day, and he managed to get away with it, which is incredible. That's like a sitcom situation.
Yes.
Where he like sprints back and forth, goes into one room and calls the girl by the other girl's name accidentally. Then they meet each other in the hallway.
Yes.
And then they like team up against him.
Yes, you're absolutely right. It is. It's like, it's like Even Stevens does that on Valentine's Day in like 8th grade. I never watched that show, so that was probably really wrong.
Yeah, but I mean, this honestly sounds like a whole lot of work. And I'm
Yeah.
looking at the pictures of the hotel rooms that he has. They make my setup in the Bass Pro Shop pyramid look like child's play. Probably like 300 roses in each room. That's just a lot of work. That shows me good time management. That shows me attention to detail.
He's doing it all.
I'm moving him up on my fantasy rankings for next year.
Yes, absolutely. Stefon Diggs, way to go, dude.
Straightest receiver in the league besides DK.
Yes. DK, wait, is DK in the news recently? Oh, no, he said Tyreek Hill. He's faster than Tyreek Hill. I think that's wrong. I wouldn't do
In
that.
the 100, I think maybe.
yeah, like Usain Bolt.
I
in the
don't know.
100.
Tyreek was so fucking fast in like college and high school.
I'd say-
track. He ran actual track.
Tyreek
DK?
short distance 100%,
Yeah.
but DK might beat him out. In like a 200, 100%.
This is good because we're negging him, so they have to do it.
Yeah,
I think Tyreek smokes him.
the stride length
Smokes him.
in a 200.
Oh, wait. I'm looking up Tyreek Hill's
Yeah.
stats. He ran 109.98.
Yes.
That's pretty fast.
He was
Yeah,
so
fuck,
fast,
yeah.
and I think he ran in college even.
Yeah.
But I know in high school he was so fast.
He was one of those guys who could have done very well if he just went straight track.
Correct.
Yeah, 9.98 is ridiculous. I think DK's was like 10.4.
So nice try,
Pretty slow.
DK. Never happened, bro.
10-4, 100?
Yeah, remember he competed last summer.
Yeah, it didn't go well. All right, my hot seat is St. Patrick's Day coming up. You got to buy your Part of My Take merch. We got all new shirts. Barstool Sports Store's got everything in it. Like, this is probably the last week you can buy it, right?
Yeah.
To get it in time?
Yeah.
So do it.
You don't
buy.
You don't want to be wearing a green shirt on March 18th.
No.
Look like a fool.
Also, hot seat Hank, because he just left, and I think he's got diarrhea.
Yeah.
He texted me.
He's got diarrhea.
He needs some of those
That's
pants.
confirmed. Diarrhea.
Confirmed.
Anytime Hank just rushes out of the studio and then doesn't come back for 15 minutes, actually, let's call him real quick.
Stomach in shambles.
It's always.
Text me when they start doing ads.
All right, I'm going to call him and I'm going to say, hey, we're about to do ads. Where are you? All right.
He's getting mad at me.
I mean, that's what it always is whenever Hank leaves, just abruptly. He's got a butt issue.
Oh, I hear
He's
the
coming back.
skateboard.
Yeah, he's
Damn.
skateboarding back
Damn,
down.
I hear the skateboard.
Oh, we didn't find out about his best man speech.
Oh, he said he nailed it. We can talk about it on vacation, FAQs. We didn't actually have any reason to call you there. We just knew that you were diarrheaing. Anytime you rush out.
How you feeling, Hank?
Stomach in shambles?
Shambles.
All right, so we haven't done anything since you left.
Oh, great.
All right, my cool throat.
I mean, we were talking about it, and I was like sweating. I'm sure you can see it on the camera on video, but I was like just trying to get through my hot seat cool throne because it was bad.
Yeah. All right, my cool throne is the internet. The internet is on my cool throne because the internet did it again. If you missed it, I don't think most people missed it, but there was a photographer at the Rams Super Bowl parade that fell off of a stage, and it only became a big story because there's a clip of Matthew Stafford, like, basically seeing her fall off the stage and then turn around and be like, I don't want anything to do with that. And Kelly Stafford went and helped her. She ended up breaking her back, which, horrible. Like, it was a horrible thing. People were dragging Matthew Stafford even though he was drunk, and it's like, what? I mean, it's not like he saw her falling and was like, didn't say anything. It was after she fell that he like looked up.
It was just an all-time not a good look clip.
Yeah, right. So everyone was dragging him, and then this woman, she had a GoFundMe. The Staffords have said that they're going to chip in to pay for all of her medical expenses. Great story, except of course the internet is the internet. Someone decided, hey, this woman who literally just broke her back doesn't deserve this GoFundMe money. Looked up her old tweets. Not great tweets by her from about 10 years ago, but it was like, it was just such a, I remember it all taking place when I was on vacation, and I explained it to the people I was with, and they all were like, wait, really? That can't be real.
Yeah.
Like what you said is like, yeah, Matthew Stafford watched a woman fall, break her back. There was a GoFundMe, and then the internet canceled her because she said some racist shit 10 years ago.
Yeah, no, moments like that when you explain exactly what happened on the internet to people, they give you this look that's like, you spend all day on there, like that's where you are all the time on the internet. It sounds awful, and it is awful. Like, that's I kind of feel bad for her because obviously her back is broken.
Her back is broken.
And there's no way to like foresee like you breaking your back, getting your old tweets dragged up. But she probably shouldn't have tweeted those things.
No, she shouldn't have.
But we probably we should not know who this person is.
Who is the person who was like, oh man, fuck this chick who's got a broken back. We gotta drag her ass.
It has to be like an ex-boyfriend or something.
What?
And he probably used to like all the tweets.
What? It asks you. It begs the question: what injury would stop the internet from canceling someone? They'd be paralyzed.
No, someone's gonna die and then get canceled after they die.
That's
like,
happened
fuck
already.
that guy.
Yeah, I'm glad he's dead.
Oh my god! It was just like, what are we doing here? Why is this now a thing where she broke her back? She is a private citizen, and she broke her back, and we're like, fuck her.
And shout out, by the way, to Dan Orlovsky, who is Matt Stafford's like mentor, right? They played together for a long time.
Yep.
In Detroit. This is a prime example of being alone with a woman. Mm-hmm. She's laying down in front of you. Mm-hmm. You turn around, you walk away.
Yeah. He's like, fuck that. No chance.
Kelly was like, thank you, Matt. That's very respectful.
Way to go. Matthew. Billy, hot seat, cool throne.
My hot seat are Hanks, specifically Hank the Tank.
Yes.
Hank the Tank is a 500-pound black bear who has been breaking into homes in California somewhere. I forget the exact place, but breaking into tons of homes. Lake Tahoe, breaking into a ton of homes, breaking and entering, full home invasions, and just eating everyone's food.
He's probably got diarrhea too.
100 times the police have been called for Hank the Tank. He's awesome. I love him.
He doesn't know how to hunt because he's so dependent on humans. He cannot be relocated to the wilderness or he would die of starvation because he's completely has zero motivation to,
Plus it sounds like he just likes good food.
Well, and
he's got good taste.
The quotes were so good from this article. They're like, he is completely he's not afraid of humans whatsoever. And like someone was like, he doesn't growl, he doesn't make ugly faces, he just sits there and eats.
Yeah, and bear videos are so awesome when they're breaking into homes because the doorway always explodes. It looks like a bomb went off, and then there's just this big fat bear that just kind of waddles through and then kind of rolls around on the ground looking for food inside. He's not a violent bear at all. In fact, I think that Hank the Tank is like. I think we can all root for Hank the Tank, right? Like,
yeah, no, I do not want Hank the Tank to die.
The cops are looking the other way at this point when they get a call about Hank the Tank.
It's also great just reading about a bear who's like, the living is so good, I'm not going to hibernate.
Yeah,
I'm going to go against everything that's like my body and in thousands and hundreds of thousands of years that have been built into me. Because, dude, this street down the block, they get pizzas on Thursdays, and I eat.
And if you want a solution to this, it's pretty simple. You bring back the days of baking pies and putting them in your windowsill to cool off. Then Hank comes up, eats the pie out of the windowsill. He moves along.
Yeah, has no one thought about just putting out a big honey pot and having his hand stuck in there?
Yeah.
Why not? Billy, this bear, he's way too big, right?
He's way too fat. So reply guy heard it from a guy. Turns out he's breaking into people's wine cellars.
Oh, he's getting drunk.
He's
too?
getting hammered.
Dude, this bear kicks ass.
I mean, if you look at like bears that eat trash and stuff, they're usually not that large. Like they're not well fed. They're like a little more like raccoonish.
Yeah.
Like skinny and look a little like gaunt. But this bear's fat as fuck. He's on the sheesh.
What's the? He's a black bear.
Black bear.
How much do they usually weigh?
He's a very large black bear.
I
Very
love
large.
it.
So
I
like
love this guy.
in the like in the Northeast, you usually see 300-pound black bears at the largest, but this is like this is big bear.
Fucking love him.
He looks like he's a grizzly bear.
Yeah, grizzly bears like run average 500.
And he's that
Brown
Holy
bears.
shit.
Yeah.
We must protect Hank the Tank at all costs.
Yeah,
Also,
no, he's gonna die.
He's got some eyes. If you look at his eyes,
He's gonna have a heart attack.
Yeah.
He's
he
obese.
looks sick.
What's his BMI?
Probably insane. But
I hope
yeah,
he doesn't get COVID.
he's drinking like super expensive bottles of wines in people's wine cellars.
Damn. Yeah,
Love Hank the
listen.
Tank.
I'm getting bad premonitions about how this Hank the Tank thing ends.
Yeah,
But please, if
no,
you're-
he's
A lot of
it's,
t-shirt
they're gonna
sales.
kill him.
if you're a game warden,
Good point, Hank.
yeah,
Once you name it, we have to make T-shirts. We should probably make T-shirts
Now.
while he's alive,
make them now.
so that way we can make more money when he dies. You know what I mean? Because now people are aware of it, and then it's a tragedy, and we can do a whole thing and take another vacation off Hank the Tank. Shout out the H-Man. Not Hitler, Harambe. What are you going to say? Speaking of, was that a speaking of Hitler?
No,
Oh.
I don't know. I don't want to blow up their spot. It's kind of funny, though.
What?
There may have been a couple T-shirts sent out, because we had the Harambe Champs merch made.
Yeah.
But we took off the Champs and sold the regular ones.
Yeah.
Some people may have got the ones with the Champs
Oh,
on them.
no.
AFC East, AFC Champs.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
I don't know if it was everyone, but I did see one picture.
Oh, that just triggered something in my brain. I'm so happy that we had a vacation when the internet decided to leave Patrick Mahomes out of the top 5 quarterbacks. That was awesome.
Well, no,
That was so stupid.
It wasn't the
It was
internet.
just the Acho brothers.
It was the Acho, yeah. It was the same Acho that said, like, hey, you can't let athletes smoke weed in the Olympics.
Yes.
Because they might throw the javelin and hit somebody.
It was, yeah. What a moment. What a moment. Your cool throne, Billy.
My cool throne is the Eye of the Tiger. So me and Liam were talking about this earlier. Some guy broke into a zoo and scaled multiple fences and just kept saying, like, into the tiger enclosure. And turns out Liam went to high school with the guy. He's
What?
a 508 Worcester guy.
Yes. He was like on the JV football team. Like I think he's a year or two younger than me.
Wait, he
And,
was
like,
only
the
on the
kid-
JV. He wasn't even varsity?
Yeah,
And now
no,
he's breaking
no.
into tiger cages?
And like it was, I saw like somebody tweeted out the news clip of it because I wanted to see if it was the kid, and it definitely is. But he like acted like he just did nothing wrong either. He's like,
That's
yeah, I just wanted
incredible.
to go like look at the tiger.
He's
I
like,
don't know.
Did he get arrested?
Look it in the eyes.
He was like, I'm a
I
big
think
cat.
so.
Yeah, he got arrested. I'm a big cat enthusiast. Like, I just wanted to look into the tiger's eyes because you hear that you can, like, when you look into the tiger's eyes, you see its soul and you see thousands of years. Of
What are the
tiger
chances
souls.
meth wasn't involved in this situation?
I think it was a hallucinogen. I don't think it was meth.
I don't know. There's something.
Because he wasn't trying to fight the tiger.
And he didn't die.
Didn't die.
Wow.
He made it into the last line.
Didn't Matthew McConaughey do this?
He did. That was with a cougar.
Yeah.
Outside, was it
Peyote.
It was in Boca. Oh.
It was Rio Catorce. And he saw a mountain lion. He got into the cage with it and just sent it vibes.
Yeah.
He just gave it positive vibes.
So maybe that's all the guy was doing, just
Yeah.
sending some vibes back and forth. All right. Good Hot Seat Cool Thrones. Let's get to Erin Andrews and Charissa Thompson. PFT, you had a quick word from our sponsor.
Yes, before we get to Erin Andrews and Charissa Thompson, I want to talk to you about our great friends over at Roman. You can now get a monthly plan of swipes for just $5 when you choose a monthly plan. You go to GetRoman.com/take. Most guys have tried different ways to last longer, but thinking about baseball doesn't always work. The folks at Roman, an online men's health company, are changing the game with Roman Swipes. It's the secret to longer-lasting sex. Roman Swipes are a clinically proven way to last longer in bed. They're effective, easy to use, and they're fast-acting, but they require no prescription. They ship them to you in discreet, unmarked packaging, and every Swipes packet is small enough to hide in your wallet for whenever you need it. They're super easy to use. You just take the swipes out, swipe it on, let it dry, you're good to go. That's it. Go to GetRoman.com/take to get your first month of swipes for just $5 when you choose a monthly plan. That's GetRoman.com/take. Now here is Erin Andrews and Charissa Thompson.
Okay, we now welcome on very special guests. It is Charissa Thompson, Erin Andrews, and Erin's dog, Howie, who's going to be around. So you might hear some breathing. That's not me breathing into the mic. Yeah. Good dog. All right, so very excited to do this.
Hi, guys.
Yes.
Hi.
You guys have the Calm Down podcast.
You
which
calm down.
We have to, I mean, you're stepping into our turf, so we should probably start there.
Well, I think you guys are okay in terms
I
of your
don't know.
position in the podcast
Well, we didn't
world
get
right
here
now.
by playing nice.
Yeah.
So we came on. We
Oh, I
invited
know.
you
Why do
on.
you think I've never done anything with you guys before?
Are you saying that you don't think there's at least one Calm Down podcast listener who you have taken from us who's like, I'm done with this pardon my take bullshit?
I
I'm
feel
listening
like
to
we
Erin and
might
Charissa."
have different audiences, but not competing
I don't.
audiences.
I feel like we could have some of the same.
You
Yeah.
think?
Yeah,
Mhm,
we got
definitely.
our demo numbers the other day.
Okay.
What'd they
You
look
guys are
like?
big with
Hot.
23-year-old women?
Well,
Yeah.
They want 'em.
90% of
They
the
want
audience
'em.
is women for us. Yeah, it's
Well,
crazy.
We actually got our numbers back, and it's a lot of aspiring broadcast journalists.
Yeah.
I think
Listen
ours
to part
are
of my
too.
take. Oh, really? So it is a war.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
turf war.
Well, you know, that's
One,
that's
two,
the only war that we're willing to have right now. Interesting, huh? Because whenever we ask people like what they want us to talk about, and we're like, aren't they overhearing our like career advice? But they keep asking. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we're doing something right.
So
Yeah.
I have listened to the podcast a little bit.
Thank
and
you.
so what I liked about it is the stuff that's kind of outside of sports and like the just day-to-day stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Like what?
I like the
The
pimple
shit
talk.
that drives my husband crazy.
the pimple popping talk.
Oh,
was
yeah,
really
that's how
satisfying.
we
yeah.
have a whole
I'm
situation
dying
over
to
here.
get. And I've got kind of like a formal event on Thursday, and I'm like, this could go one of two ways. This
yeah.
could turn into it's already like a fun divot, but it's like really in there. And I think it's been in there since last year. If
Are you
I
sure
have
that's
enough
You had a
alcohol,
year and a half long pimple?
Yeah.
How much dip do you use?
dip.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you, Copenhagen?
Red man?
Snap,
Cool.
snap,
We
snap.
actually were married to an NHL player. We don't do dip in our house. Yeah. That
Oh,
was
he
the one
does.
thing.
Yeah,
oh,
no,
he
no,
doesn't.
NHL
He
players
Yes,
wasn't-
he does.
No,
Aaron.
he doesn't.
Okay,
Actually, we
sure,
know a lot of
right.
people that do. in
But
the
he
league.
does.
But no, he
When he
never
walks
did
the
it.
dog?
He never.
Yes.
No.
The other night,
Yeah, sorry to break that to you.
No, he
But yeah,
doesn't.
he does.
I
you thought it was
swear.
something else. It's dip.
He told me he doesn't dip.
Oh,
so,
no,
yeah.
he doesn't. I would find it.
Right.
When we were at dinner the other night, we found out that hot Swedish girls
Oh,
dip, and we were
so
blown away
good.
by this. And I was like,
When my
well, I'm not
husband
gonna be
played
the hot-
for,
way hotter.
when my husband played for the Rangers for a hot second, we had a good group of Swedes on the team. And one night we went out, guys were out of town, kind of had a Christmas party, and these girls were smoking hot, first of all. And then they were all taking dip out of their purses. And like, I was like, what? My
Yeah?
mind is fucking blown.
Do you have their
Then we
apps?
were
Were they
traded.
on Instagram?
It was actually a fans only page,
Yeah,
or what only
no.
fans.
Okay.
That's how not cool I am.
Yeah, fans only.
I said members only. I was doing a Devontae Adams interview, and like there was a guy on the crew that was wearing a members only jacket, and I was like, "Whoa, that's really inappropriate." And he's like, "Why?" And I was like, "Isn't that like the girl fan thing?" And Devontae was like, "No, that's only fans."
Yeah.
Chris, I'm like, "Shit, I got it wrong." My
Members
bad."
only is like
Funny-
old dudes in
Members
Florida
only is like
golf
the
club.
jackets,
Yeah,
right.
I have a
right.
funny relevant for the Super Bowl Matthew Stafford story
Matt.
about. Oh, no, it's not. It's Matthew.
Well, we actually, I think we need to talk about that because you two are big J journalists, and
what does
well,
that
it means
mean?
that you're supposed to be above all the like back channel and like the
Oh, no, I'm
favoring
friends with all
certain
these
people.
people.
You're friends with Matthew.
That's not the only people
We would
we're
never
friends with.
root for a quarterback
That's such
just
bullshit.
because we knew
Okay.
them. You
I'm
have to be
rooting for
impartial.
everyone.
You
I
have
am.
to be impartial.
I am impartial.
You're Rob Lowe. Wait, so tell the Matt Stafford story.
Matthew Stafford story.
Bless you.
So, well, we were talking about fans only, and I think it was
Only
my
fans?
sister
You're
said
gonna
to
laugh
him,
at us
or
'cause
what?
we're
I
so
don't know what it is. My sister was asking about it. We were all, they were with us out in the summer, and my sister goes, "Wait, is this the same thing as Cameo?" And Matthew said, "No, Cameo is like Happy Birthday, and fans only or only fans is Happy Birthday."
Yes. Oh yes. Oh yeah.
It was one of the funniest things that stayed with me. Yeah.
Do you
We
guys
got
have
a guy who's addicted to it.
Yes,
oh,
we do.
I don't know anything
does
about
reviews
it.
every
Talk
month.
about it right
Ball.
now.
No, his name's Glenny Balls.
Yeah.
I
He
do
probably
not have,
follows you both.
Yes, I don't have an
Hopefully.
fans only account or an OnlyFans account. But you guys, if you're starting a podcast, you should have a name for your fans of your podcast.
I've heard
So the
this.
fans only, I
Okay.
think, would be good.
Fans
No,
only. I don't want to
want
get it. We'll
anything-
screw it up, and then all of a sudden they're
Yeah.
going to be like, "Wow, these girls are desperate. They now have an OnlyFans account. This is weird." Wait, so what should our I don't know, listeners be called? If I'm calm down, you guys are creative.
Calm down.
I don't know.
I don't know, we'll
Yeah.
think about it.
Calm chowder. I don't know. That was bad. That was a bad one.
Bad. But it's
Calm
trying. You
chowder.
trying. You
Wow.
trying.
I
You
don't
just-
think we want
there-
chowder
I'm gonna back him
involved.
up. He was
There
trying.
are no
That's fine.
bad ideas. I knew it was bad
Yeah.
even before I said it, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna wing it."
I did want to bring up. You said that you were friends with all these players. You got a little heat for hugging Aaron Rodgers. Mm-hmm. I actually would like to give you different heat for that.
'Kay.
Like he's not vaccinated. You spread COVID. You should
did
be in
I?
jail with him.
Oh wow, is he in jail? Is that breaking
should be.
news?
It was disgusting. It was disgusting. I
Was
looked at it a
it? You
different
were
way. People were
offended?
like, "Oh, she's just like this is not professional." I was like, "No, she just killed like probably 1,000 grandmothers in Green Bay."
Sure, for the 2 seconds, right? Where was this argument when I
flew out
hugged
on Troy's
everybody
plane.
else? Yeah, and I flew out on Troy's plane. No, where was this argument when I've hugged everybody else? Like, it's just crazy.
I'm not here
the
to talk
whole
about
thing.
the past. I'm
Oh,
here to talk
excuse
about
me, the
this
future.
specific
Right.
situation. That was kind of crazy though, because like I don't know, it's like you talk to these guys all the time. We have PFT was obviously joking, but like we find ourselves in a weird spot where we root for our teams, but then we also are like, wait, we really want our friends to do well.
Right. Yeah.
And it's hard to be
exactly.
like, yeah, like we want our friends to do well. We feel bad for them when they lose.
There's not a lot of these guys, and I don't know how you all feel, but there's not a lot of these guys that you don't like. I mean, and I was trying to explain it to someone. We're with them during the highest and some of the lowest times of their career. I was telling Charissa, there's 2 guys, I remember their faces where it was like, I'm going to barf on the sidelines. And it was Matt Ryan when the Patriots started coming back in Houston, and it was Aaron in Green Bay. What play
Well,
happened?
he's used to losing.
Well,
in the
no,
playoffs,
but you know what I'm
be
saying.
honest.
And it was just like, you look over and you're supposed to be able to give the reaction. You want to see what they look like so you can say, hey, get this shot of Rodgers, get this shot of Ryan. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like because we've seen so much of the highs and the lows, sometimes after these things, these guys are just like, thanks.
Yeah. So
It has nothing to do with me. It's they're just like, thank God it's over.
So what you said though, you implied that there are a couple people you might not like. Why don't we do guys
This
we
is a
don't
trap.
like?
This is a trap.
We'll
I
start
don't
first.
have many
Dan
guys I
Marino.
don't like.
Dan Marino
Is great.
No,
he's
we don't
not.
like
He's
him. On this
bad.
side of
He's
the
a bad
Whoa.
guy.
No.
You know what? Let
You
us
guys
ask you
go
a
now.
question. Why don't you like Dan Marino?
Because he's bad.
Why is he bad?
Because he's a joke.
Why is he a joke?
Because he's an idiot.
No, we
Why is he
interviewed
an
him and he
idiot?
did not. It was.
He didn't
It's
get
very
it?
hard to screw up an interview with us because
Yeah.
like we don't really take
Shit.
it that
Okay, good.
seriously.
Pressure's
and
off.
yeah, no, you guys are already crushing it.
Well, actually, Carissa's already screwed up one interview with
No,
us.
you
in the
guys
past.
fucked it
that's
up. You
true.
didn't do
Yeah,
your
we did.
research
Yeah,
right.
no.
They said I went to Washington State. They're like,
I had
oh,
5 questions.
No, she's
today
a
for you
community
about-
college girl.
Yeah,
You're kidding?
exactly.
She's not Washington State.
It was
Grossmont
on
Mesa. You know
Zoom.
what? I'm out in the community.
No,
You called Larry David and you wouldn't let us talk to him.
No, I called him and he
Kayla.
was
Yeah.
busy.
Let's face
Wait,
him
what's
right
the
now.
what's the Chris?
Yeah, let's call him.
Yeah,
What's
let's
the
call
Chris?
him.
Him.
What's the Chris Rock? By the way, last time I talked to you, the only person he asked about, he's like, "Hey, still talk to Erin Andrews?" I'm like, "Every day, Larry. What is going on?"
Thanks for listening.
Best guest at my wedding.
Wait, hold on. The
Besides you.
what's the Chris Rock joke? What's
Careful.
Oh, be very careful.
No.
We're
It's
not trying to get
it was
a
about
Rogan
me. It
situation
was about
here.
me. It was about community college, and he goes, "Oh, you know why community
Never touch
college
a
is
black
great?
man's
Because
radio?"
everyone in the community can go." No, that
That's
wasn't
Chris
it.
Tucker.
Chris Tucker said that.
Yeah, to Jackie Chan.
Yeah, great.
That was a great movie.
Great, Chris Tucker was at the the microphone. Chris Tucker was at the Masters this past year with us, and he's what a time. My dad didn't even know it was Chris Tucker. I was
Why?
like, Dad, wake up. I don't know. It was just like he was like not paying attention. I'm like, Dad.
All right, so we screwed up everything on the first interview. This is our...
Okay, your redemption
I
interview?
mean, we also did the spelling bee was one of the weirdest things you had to do professionally, correct?
No,
I've
but
done
I
it.
just want to say how... Well, you've done the real spelling bee.
No,
Right.
she did the Barstool spelling bee, and it was
Oh.
like, we showed up, the union workers had to take a break.
This
so
was
they,
before
like,
you guys were millionaires,
It was
okay? You
way
were
long
millionaires?
ago.
Yeah, they have a
Oh,
lot of
your
money.
office are
How
way
much
better
you-
than mine.
How much do you make per episode?
We pay them.
Yeah.
You guys, before you came in with like a rolling suitcase. Now you come in with a whole staff,
Yes.
and we have to sign NDAs.
It was a joke.
congratulations
Yeah.
on
You
your
should see where I do
success.
this in my basement. Like the wires are all tangled up. Jared's walking in and out. Howie's breathing heavy.
But that's how you should do it. Like
Yeah.
I think a lot of the times when it comes to media now, like the big sets and all this stuff. I know you guys work on big sets as well, but like
Huge.
people just want to they want to feel like they're connecting with people.
Let's go back. When was that spelling bee? 2016.
I can't get
15,
comfortable.
Was it
14,
really?
Yeah.
So think about where your guys' lives are now
Mm-hmm.
compared to what was
Rich,
happening
rich.
then.
Yeah. It was a big deal showing up. We were like very excited for it, and then we just totally blew it.
You weren't really good with
No,
with
everyone
words.
was.
Well, I was like
Nate
cat, and they're
did
like
something creepy.
K
Yeah.
E.
Oh, we're
M.
dumb. We're very dumb people. But I remember thinking like, Charissa definitely is gonna like go to her agent and be like, I should be paid more because I just had to do this.
No, the opposite. And actually, I'm looking for an agent if anyone has one.
Hello.
Oh,
But
I'm
in
your
the
agent.
meantime, that's true. She is. She's
What
right
do you-
right now.
We'll do it for you.
Will you?
We got Josh Allen paid.
Who do you want us to talk to?
Wait, this. You did get Josh
10%.
Allen paid
It's
actually.
10% though.
You can. I'll give you 20 at this
I've
point.
never met
Do you need
Josh
us to
Allen.
You've
call-
never met
you need us
Josh
to call
Allen?
Mark Silverman?
I think I'm okay at Fox. Yeah, I'm just looking for some other.
I
gigs.
actually don't know him. I know another Mark Silverman, so ESPN Chicago. So, but I can call
Oh,
him.
I know him.
Yeah, Sylvie, I can call him. I'm good
Sylvie.
friends with
Thank
him.
you. Okay, well, great. We'll talk about my career offline.
Yeah.
I'll look forward to that. Although I'm very happy where I currently am. It's just. Oh, what's the line? Oh, Jalen Rose said this one time. Appreciate your position, but plan your promotion.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Oh, speaking of Jalen Rose, so you guys
segue?
have had guests on your show.
We have.
Sure have.
So the guests, Calm Down Podcast, Jalen Rose, Dr. Oz, Kevin Hart, Matt Damon, Ryan Russillo, good friend of ours, Cam Jordan, Jay Cutler.
Cute.
Who's the best? Who had the best interview?
Kevin Hart.
Well, we had one that was this Thursday, and I couldn't wipe the damn smile off my face. Jim Cantori, shut
Ooh.
your
Weather
face.
Channel
No
guy?
one loves the weather
Yes.
report more than this girl.
I do. So
Pressures,
it's funny.
humidities, bands, strands, all of it.
It's funny because I feel like how they
Bands
always
that
say
make
like
me-
musicians want to be athletes, athletes want to be musicians.
I want to be on the Weather
I
Channel.
feel like a lot of people on TV that cover sports, especially in the sideline capacity, want to be on the Weather Channel because you break out.
Hell yes.
What's your biggest thermometer that you own?
Excuse me.
I love the big thermometers on the
we
sideline.
don't have that. I just have like 5 by my bed to see if I'm ovulating. So that's it.
But when it's hot
You
on
think
the
I'm
field,
lying.
when it's hot on the field,
Wait,
you're
why would
the
you have
field
5?
temperature.
Well, it's just I got to pack one. I got to take. Did I take it to Green Bay? I don't know. I left
Your
this one in
travel
San
ovulation,
Francisco.
yeah.
Like, yeah, we are. Listen, it
Her and I
doesn't
both-
matter where you are. Your
Can't you
temperature's
just,
up if you're ovulating.
Can't you just look at the moon and you're like, yeah,
fuck, I
it's
wish.
time.
Okay, real
Yeah,
question.
there's
real
the Big
question.
Dipper. We're ready, honey. Let's do it.
Well, real question, because I know you've talked about IVF and you've been more open on your podcast. Do you guys like that? Like being able to open up and be like, hey, this is us. Like, because it is an outlet that's very different than, being on
It's been
football
hard
on
for me.
Sundays.
I'm really proud of Erin because
Yeah.
as you guys
Yes.
have known me for a long time. I'm very like what you see is what you get kind of a person and not as polished and protected. with things.
Pollyanna.
Yeah, and Erin is. We've known each other for 100 years, and she's always
Wow,
so.
you guys are old.
We
Old
are
is-
so.
So is this zit.
funny and all these different things that I don't think that she allowed everyone to see because she was protective of her space for a lot
Yeah.
of different
But-
reasons. But now you are. I'm very proud of you.
You do
are,
deserve a lot of credit. It's very that's a hard thing to talk about publicly and also open yourself up.
Oh yeah.
But
But it's also sucked so much, and I just feel like it was our last round that we did that. Like I've said before, and I know you guys can relate to fertility clinics, but you go in there and it's freaking packed with guys and girls. And before I would be like, oh my god, I don't want to see anyone. Don't yell my name. And it's like, fuck it. Like I've been here 100 times. So of all these people, why am I any different? And
Yeah.
the sad thing is, I'm not any different because we just haven't had success. So you just kind of want to be there for other people. It's like I get kind of annoyed, and I'm happy for these success stories, but everybody's like, we have babies and it was easy. It's not. It's fucking hard.
Yeah, I'm sure that the feeling that you have, like you there's like a certain degree of you don't want to talk about publicly. Like you feel ashamed for something that you shouldn't feel ashamed for.
I don't feel ashamed. It's just I think a lot of times you just don't want people to know your business, but it's like, God, so many people are dealing with it, so why not? And I feel like that's a lot of things we deal with. Our relationships, fertility,
a lot of things I've been like,
job
most
issues,
people be ashamed of. I'm like, fuck it. Let's just
skincare, bad breath.
meet it with some levity.
Well,
you know?
and I would imagine it's also freeing because you guys in your job, like on Sundays, we see you, but we don't. It's not like a podcast where you're sitting and talking, so people can make an assumption like, oh, what's wrong? Like, why are they in a bad mood? Why are they? It's like, well, here's who I am.
Why
as
is
a person.
she bloated again this week? Well,
I don't. No one says that. Come on. No, I do say, why is she hugging Erin Rodgers?
because he feels bad for me. No.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I you deserve credit for it on
thanks.
the podcast. Like I
I'm
do
trying.
think
I'm
that's-
learning. I'm figuring out my groove.
Who's been the worst guest? You can do the list I had.
No, I mean, worst guess.
Dr.
I mean, I
Oz,
think.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah, if you just say
Matt
Dr.
Damon,
Oz, everybody will be like, yeah, I get
Kim
it.
Jordan.
Well, what if worst in terms of that's? I don't really want to
We'll
say
do ours.
worst.
We'll do ours.
Okay,
Dak Prescott.
Dan Marino.
Why?
Dak Prescott.
Dude, why?
Why was Dak?
Do you know what color is his favorite color?
Who? Dan or Dak?
Dak.
Dak.
What color?
Gray.
No,
That's the biggest nugget that we got from that interview out of Dak was that he likes the
You
color.
guys are
green.
Dak,
so
Dak,
he
great.
hung up. He thought he hung up.
Oh shit!
And he said to his publicist, he's like, that interview sucked. we kept it in the show.
Now, to be fair, the very first question that Big Cat asked him was like, "So your name's Dakota Rain Prescott?
I
Do you
love
know,
that.
Do you know the porn star named
Rain.
Dakota Rain?"
Yeah, right.
Okay.
And then that kind of
Normal
that
question.
sent the interview going down a certain
And
path.
then all Dak had to say was, "No, I didn't know the Rain Man,"
Right.
and like, let's get back on the
Yeah.
track
Right.
here. All right, we'll work with Dak.
You should have just been like, yeah, I fucked her.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
would have been great.
That is a great reputation for America's quarterback, isn't
Sure,
it?
that would
Jimmy
go over
G didn't
well.
do so
Jerry
bad.
would love
Come
that.
on. Jimmy G went to a Super Bowl.
But
Feels
besides,
great,
those are
baby.
the only bad interviews that we've ever had. So just the two of those.
Wow.
I like
And
both
you.
of those
And
guys.
I was just gonna say.
And you.
And me,
Well,
because you got all the information.
Now,
wrong.
to be fair with your interview, I did think that you went to Washington State, and also the internet was bad. We were talking about the interview last night, actually, and Hank said that.
The interview was bad. What do you mean?
Oh, sorry, the internet.
Wikipedia?
The internet was bad.
Yeah, we were Zooming.
I
We were
wouldn't
Skyping.
I wouldn't have asked that stupid question about Washington State if my internet was faster.
So you had Cricket Wireless. It was like a
I thought you
slow
guys were
connection.
rich. What's wrong
No,
with your
This was
speed?
before they
ago.
were rich. Yeah.
I also
Yeah.
had like a washing machine over my shoulder during the interview, and you were.
I
you were-
miss those
library, I
days.
think.
You were
I miss
roasting
you
my
guys when you were
apartment,
poor.
yeah.
Yeah, because as an interior designer, I wanted to come help you with the space.
Wait, so
know?
are you good? Are you like full blown going? Because I've obviously
I am now.
keep up with your life.
Thank you for respecting my
Yes.
craft.
Well, no, I follow you on Instagram. I keep up with your life, and also you and Sarah Walsh, like you post a lot, and I like that. I consider Sarah a friend as well. But you are like, are you full blown gonna like eventually just be an interior designer?
No, I don't want to be both. I want to be Dion. I want to play baseball and football.
Okay.
Because
your interior design is awesome.
Thank
I
you.
always look at it, I'm like, and that's one of those things where
She decided to wallpaper that wall over there.
it needed
How
some
great
warmth
is
in the
that?
corner.
it's
Thank
it's
you.
one of those things where you think like, oh, this is easy, and then you realize what goes into it. You're like, no, it's not.
Like when couches don't show
like,
up.
yeah.
But
Well,
just how everything goes together, because like I look at something, I'm like, yeah, just throw this couch and like.
well,
you're
look,
good.
I would love to design any one of your spaces. House and Home is the company.
But she
It
needs
was-
to get paid. And you're rich, so you are a good client.
Exactly, but
Okay.
very similar to what Aaron's done with
Well,
Wear.
you do it
and
for free for exposure.
no, that was something else.
Again,
no.
you're rich.
That was a test.
No, at this point, I'm really proud of the company. It started during COVID. It's been a passion of mine for a long time. And yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see it grow. Like anything we do outside of our normal everyday jobs, there's multiple hats you can wear.
You should make an OnlyFans for it, like couch porn. Like,
Right.
look at this
I
couch.
think
How
that would be,
awesome is this couch?
Yeah, very reputable clients would want to hire me after seeing that. It's a different demo, but yes.
Yeah. So is wallpaper back?
Yes.
In a big
I
way.
love
Yeah?
wallpaper.
Yeah. Let's
What
talk.
about white
Let's
marble?
Let's
Love
let's,
it.
o- let's
Are
open it
viewers
up.
tuning out right now because we
No.
just said
No,
wallpaper?
this is good. Yeah,
Yeah.
wallpaper. What's up with white marble? Are we still doing that?
Well, you don't do the marble. You do like a granite or a version of marble. You can do porcelain, although that's very
hard
expensive
to clean,
to fabricate, but good for hot surfaces. It's fine. Wallpaper's back in a big way, and it's very expensive because you have to pay a professional to install it.
And it's almost like a puzzle. You have to have it perfectly
Line it up.
done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about
This is boring. No one cares.
stainless
about
steel?
No, I like this.
Oh, you
Stainless
do?
steel, yes or no? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
I'm moving away from the stainless steel. I like to, very similar to Erin's fridge over here, I like to cover it with a wood paneling so it's disguised. I don't like my appliances to show with the exception of the oven.
How many pillows is too many?
Never. More
all
pillows, the
you're-
better.
You just like pillow me
Along
to
came
death?
Polly. I love
Pillows forever?
pillows forever.
That's kind of a crazy move. There's definitely too many
no
pillows.
man likes a pillow. What is
I
wrong
do
with
because
you
I
guys?
like to put it on my stomach so people don't see my fat stomach when I'm sitting on a couch.
What?
Yeah.
I do that too when I'm bloated. I'm not gonna lie. Or it's like these high-waisted
Wait, you got to talk on the
jeans.
mic.
Oh yeah, I got squeezing your chair's
That's
hello,
how good we are.
hello.
We're just making a
No,
conversation.
it's so true. But the high-waisted jeans, like I'll put like because it's like God, these.
There becomes
Yeah, you put a pillow in front of you.
situation,
Yeah.
and it's very
Love
it's
that.
not
So you
too
don't have to
tough.
suck in. I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that move.
So maybe more body-sized pillows for
For you, I'll do
bellies.
that.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Is it true that like if you have TVs, you should either have 1 TV, 3 TVs, or 5 TVs, and not 2 TVs or 4 TVs?
Whoa.
Like
eight TVs.
odd numbers are better. They
I
look
only have
better.
2 in this house.
No, I don't know. I've never heard that.
I mean, like
I have
on
7
the,
in my
on the same
like,
wall. So if you think
living
about it
room.
this way,
Okay,
like
Rusilla.
Is that
if
too
you-
many? No, he only has 2.
You do the downstairs setup that he's got?
3 there.
if you look at a vase with flowers in it, and there's 4 flowers in it, it actually looks worse than if there are 3 flowers in it. Like odd numbers look better.
Okay, I'll think about that
Yeah,
and
just-
add that into my aesthetic
We'll
repertoire.
Yeah.
add that into our
Thank you.
contract. with
Okay.
you.
Okay.
for the
That's my
20%.
agent.
All right.
You're negotiating.
Real question. Hardest part about your job that people don't recognize. Like, use this as a way to tell people, like, you think it's this way, it's totally different.
Go. Yeah, I got a story.
Because I think that, like, a lot of people have misconceptions about your jobs, and it's good to be like, you guys are wrong. This is what, is difficult or the hardest part.
I love the morons, and I don't run into this very often anymore, that come up to you on the sidelines. And I have like my Trapper Keeper, I have my binder full of notes that I don't even use a quarter of. And they're like, did you write that yourself or did somebody else? Are you serious? Of course I wrote this out. But I think my insecurity is there's always going to be something that happens and it's going to expose me that I didn't play, right? That's just always kind of like the chip on my shoulder, right? I wasn't drafted until the 6th round or something like that. But I just am so worried something will happen. So just the preparation. I mean, if I had prepped this much in college, it probably I would have been
Valedictorian.
I would have gotten to wear those cool bands that everybody got to wear. What are those?
Summa cum laude.
How come I didn't get one. So just the prep, I'm a nut. I'm insane. I just with it, and
I like that. Because
I don't think people get that. And it's like a 24/7 thing.
Right.
My husband's like, put the phone down. And you're like, what's Ian Rappaport tweeting about?
Yeah.
La, 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 la. So, yeah, I just think the prep and just really the time away from home. Like, I'm not home at all during the season.
I would imagine that if you the more prep you put in, it's stuff that you might not ever use.
You never use
Right.
it.
But
I never use
Yeah.
it. I get 3 to 4 hits a game. I never use it.
It probably like just adds to your confidence when you're on camera though, and it lets you do a better job because you know that like if shit goes sideways, I know my stuff.
There are, for every game, I sit there and I look at the depth chart and I go down to the 3rd string. I am literally Googling every player and going back probably like 5 to 6 months, looking at articles on their grandma, like things I just don't want to miss. Do I need that shit? No. But am I psycho and I know I have to have it for myself? I do to make myself feel better. And yes, there's a time like Troy at dinner or Troy in a break will say, hey, does anyone know what this? And I'll be like, clip in. I'll be like, hey, I do. And he's always like, thanks, Tips. Yes, it didn't make air, but I did it.
Yeah. But that's, your job specifically, like going live on TV, and then, like you said, you're live 3 to 4 times a game.
Yeah.
That would make me so nervous because if you make one little mistake, like Joe and Troy talk for 4
Right,
hours.
they
So if
can
they say
correct
one
it,
thing
right.
wrong, it's like, okay, whatever. It's a 4-hour broadcast.
Right.
You have these short windows that you have to nail every time.
I will say the biggest, I think, where I am at my most valuable is the part people don't see and hear from me. I like to think I'm a spy on the field. Prime example, and I was so excited it got a lot of attention because it was a huge moment. Aaron Donald is just going off on the sideline. And I just said, get a camera to him, get a camera. I mean, there's a lot of times I'm grabbing the camera where I'm like, go here, go
Right.
here. Somebody's falling over. Somebody's got a toe thing. I mean, last year,
thing.
a toe thing,
thing.
toe pick.
Well, COVID toe.
Right,
Rogers, because he has
Cutting
COVID.
edge for those of you that got the toe pick.
No,
Right.
OnlyFans is a big place for toe things.
Yes.
Stupid.
That's interesting, though. I didn't know that.
Oh my God, that's where all my best stuff. Even divisional last year was huge for me in terms of going off the field. I saw Antonio Brown kind of, doing something with his leg. And then I just said, get a camera on Antonio Brown as he's going into the locker room. Why? Just do it. Get a camera on him. Because I knew Brady would run over to him and say, is your leg okay? And it wasn't. After the second half, he was out. So we had that footage for, whatever Bruce Arians said to me. But the important thing is Antonio Brown is out. I noticed this before the half. It's the shit you don't hear from me, but I can get the camera and tell our producer and director, and I love it. I go off on it. I'm like, so cool.
Awesome.
I feel like I'm a spy.
Yeah.
That's important. Like, you don't think about that. I just always assume that the cameras show up because they just know where the action is about to happen.
No, there's a lot of cool stuff that happens, where somebody will grab something and say something, and
Have you ever shown too much? Have you ever taken a camera to a place and been like, okay, we're gonna get this, and then the team got mad at you later, and they were like, hey, that's
Dr. Elatraj would
No,
never get mad
I
at
run
you.
away. I let the photog get that, or the camera, the handheld get that, and then I tell the producer, and I'm just letting you know this is going on, and they decide if we're gonna do it. And I have a great producer and director, so they're like, EA, we're coming to you next. We're coming to you next.
Yeah.
What about you, Charissa?
Probably happened the other day actually, and I called, or actually I went because I saw you at dinner, and I was like, oh, I didn't even tell you about this shit that happened to me today. With I was doing the EA Madden Pro Bowl with characters, Marshawn, Chad Johnson, Micah Parsons, Justin Jefferson, Derwin James, big personalities. Well, I have a producer in my ear yelling at me saying to me, we need to get in and out of breaks. You need to keep this thing moving. Well, I have a little bit of a corralling cats and kindergarten teacher. You need to sit down, you need to be quiet.
Right.
And so I got
over here.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about, at this point, again, doing this long enough, her and I are both used to people saying, you either like us or you don't like us. We're good with that, right? We kind of know where we lie. But I've not gotten that much shit on Twitter for a long time. And they were like, she's annoying as fuck. She's yelling at them and she's saying this. And I'm like, bro, I'm trying to keep this live event moving. And mind you, there's alcohol involved.
Right.
And everyone's jumping up and they're playing Madden. And I get the gaming world's its own thing that I don't pretend to know or touch. But I have somebody in my ears saying to me, we got to move in. We got to move to this, move to that. So it just came across I was screaming at all of them and not letting them do their thing. So I think that's the hardest thing for me is that we have to keep things moving.
Yeah.
And so sometimes the audience at home just sees me, giving stop signs and sort of traffic copping it more than just letting sometimes things happen. So that's it.
Yeah. I mean, that one, there's times when I have to move a show along or do it.
Right now, is that the
No,
hit?
but
Okay.
I'm just saying that's you, because then people look at you why the
What
fuck?
a dick. Yeah.
Whoa.
Or if you're in the middle of a story and the ball is snapped and you're like, fuck, I got to get out of this. And you're like, I have 10 more seconds to tell this story. And then it's picked, fumbled, somebody's hurt. And you're like, Joe, I'll finish up after this. And then you don't get to finish up because the other team has the ball and you're screwed. And you know what? That was just a week worth of Googling.
Yeah.
There's a reason I went off the sideline.
Yeah, there's rules that you hear about I know for baseball announcers, if you're a play-by-play guy or if you're a color guy, actually, you're not supposed to start a story with 2 outs, right? Or if there's 1 out and there's a runner on
Third down
first
is
base.
for us, right?
So for you, what are those rules? You're never going to cut in to talk about whatever you're seeing or whatever side story you have under what circumstances.
I need to get it to Joe by the time the ball is snapped. But if you think about it, Joe is, 2nd and 10. Rams have the ball, and now let's set it down to Erin Andrews. They've already snapped it. Thanks, Joe. Back to you.
Right.
It's hard because especially when, what are they doing with the offense? When it's no huddle.
Hurry up.
You're screwed. You're not getting in.
Yeah.
What about making fun of Joe Buck's hair?
I've got my own hair.
Please.
Make
I
fun of
today
we
I got a
make
wig
fun of
in.
it a lot.
Sometimes it's fake.
Oh,
Sometimes it's real. You guys do?
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it's awesome. Joe has been so vocal about the thing.
Talk about
Well, he almost wasn't because
right.
he was
He
addicted to
almost
the hair
wasn't, right.
plugs. So
Well, we like full transfer. I have hair plugs some weeks, sometimes I don't. I'm a big fan of the weave.
Are you addicted to them like Joe was?
No, I just get really bored. You guys have known. Remember the suicidal path to Frumpyville headline? I think you and I talked about it the last time when you actually did your research when we were on this podcast the last time.
That was the Deadspin headline.
That was the Deadspin thing, and it was where I changed my hair. I mean, that was 15 years ago. I'm still changing my hair. I get bored. It goes short, it goes long, it goes like Susie Orman cut. Like I go all over the map, and I'm not afraid.
Wow.
Do you need some financial advice? Because I'm here for you.
I need some hair advice, actually.
Well,
I got to cut my split ends off. I'm dealing with some.
I just cut mine.
Okay. Okay. How often are you getting a haircut?
Not.
Right.
Ever.
And it's this.
D. None of the.
That was always my favorite. What are the odds on the D, all of the above, actually being the right answer in a test?
Very rare.
How about the number 2 pencil? Did it actually make a difference on the Scantron test? Because it's like sometimes I show up with the
Number
mechanical.
1 or 3?
I've
Right.
never
What
seen-
happened to the 1
There
or
is,
3?
I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think there's a different. It's the different lead size,
It's
right?
different lead side, but I've never seen it. They don't.
Right.
I don't think
I
they
think
make
it's like
number
architects
one
use
pencils.
one.
Oh, but
something.
if I used a mechanical pencil, maybe that was the problem that I didn't get. all the
Yeah.
answers.
Remember the ones that you could load up and then they would like the little, it was almost like Pez in a pencil.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
it'd come out and then you'd write it
Yep.
down to a nub and then you
Test
take
taking
it out.
is the worst.
Oh,
Awful.
You ever do pencil wars?
no.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, you snap them.
Yeah. I was really
Yeah.
bad at it.
What
I
do
was
you do?
I was pretty good because Pentec made the most firm pencils. So if you got a Pentec pencil, they were indestructible.
As opposed to
Yeah.
Bic, right?
Bic or Ticonderoga or the
Wow.
Barrel Eagle, those were just
Right.
easily destructible.
Yeah.
Where did we just go? Staples? This is
Yeah,
amazing.
no, I should probably start selling office products. But
In
I
addition to other things.
did have a question about like the sideline interviews that you do at halftime.
Okay.
For me, I would be thinking like my breath stinks really bad.
I do think that.
Is there a regiment that you go through? You're like, I have to have my gum 15 minutes before, or this spray down with
Always,
Tanaka.
her and I always have this
How I
Listerine
don't
in
have a
our pocket.
Listerine campaign, it just chaps my ass
Get it
because
done, yeah.
I've tried and they just aren't interested. Yes, breath is always my concern. Because I've heard from athletes just talk about certain writers and certain reporters
Let's
that
go.
have
Let's name names.
horrific breath.
Peter
Cam
King.
Marino.
There used to be a blonde that worked at Fox that had a very bad reputation from the makeup artist for having very bad breath. Really? And she wasn't a nice person, so I am happy that she was out of that.
That narrows it
That
down a
I
little
thought
bit.
you were friends with Sarah.
Sarah works at NFL Network Fox. She was not just singularly employed by Fox, but nice try. Buddy.
So did you ever get to spell Britt McHenry's breath, or are you just this is somebody else?
ridiculous. Was she at Fox?
Probably.
No. She
I think
was at ESPN.
spiritually she was.
I hope she's doing well.
Me too.
Oh man. Wait, who's the alpha, Troy or Joe?
Me.
You?
I'm the alpha.
Okay. Like when
Nick
you go to
Andrews.
dinner, who's kind of the leader of the pack? Is it you?
I usually help with where we're gonna go. Troy is the healthiest eater. You know what? Half the time we're not even all together, but I'm usually the one that's like, I've already found out if this is a good restaurant, a crappy hotel. I'll give you the Yelp right now.
Yeah.
I'm lucky I get on the plane.
What's the best NFL city?
Well, I like Dallas because we're so comfortable there.
Yeah.
And we know, I mean, we've been there so much, and Troy's the toast of the town, so we get the best restaurants, we get the best seats, we get the best service, best sushi.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else do we do? We would love going to New England. That was always fun. Good hotel, good vibe, good scene, good
Where do you
have some
in
good-
Fox? Or do you have to name the hotel? Where
No,
is it? Foxborough?
Boston.
Like really
Oh yeah.
interesting.
Good
I wouldn't put
dinners.
that up there.
And what's the worst? This would be good.
Detroit.
Good headline. What?
I lived in
No,
Detroit.
I got to be honest. with you. Detroit's
that's
a
my
town. The
very-
Townsend Hotel is
Yeah.
fantastic. They
Yeah.
give you these salted caramels, delicious.
Everything's
Their
close
breakfast
together.
is amazing.
You get different service than I did. I was on the sea crew, and I was there week after week after week, and that was the shit hotel.
I love our hotel in Detroit. It's so nice. The bar is fantastic.
They've got great pizza up there. Very underrated pizza in
Yes.
Detroit. It's like a
Yes.
mix of
Hey.
Chicago
Yeah,
and
I'm
New
always
York
there
style.
for Thanksgiving though, so my experience is a little different.
Yeah, do you like it on Thanksgiving?
No, it's sad. I miss being with my family. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said Detroit was sad.
Seems sad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which is
Well,
also
it's
valid.
Watching the
They lose.
Macy's Day Parade and
They
the
do
games at
lose a lot,
noon,
yeah.
and yeah, means you have to be at the field at 6. I mean, it's kind of an upsetting holiday, but it's fine. Haven't
sound fine.
I haven't had one.
I was gonna say, when's
20
the last time you
years,
had
but
one?
yeah.
So
Right.
when you're on the road with Troy, how much weed does he smoke?
Fine.
Have you seen his eyes in the booth?
Oh,
Have you seen those pictures?
That's not from that.
He just goes swimming right before games.
No, I've gone swimming. I have green hair. I mean, here we are.
Similar question. When you do the pregame, are there any times where if you just stopped talking, Colin would just talk for the entire hour?
No, that we always made
Not
it.
on your show anymore.
I know, sadly.
Used to be.
Yeah, but there was the running joke with Colin was this. Like, we'd all be, let's say the camera's over here, we're all looking over here, and he'd be like this. Like, just like staring off into space. And we're like, are you with us? Are you? But no, one, I really miss a lot of things about Colin, having worked with him for so long, even at ESPN. Colin was the ultimate wingman. You could give him anything. I mean, this guy talks for 3 hours.
Yeah.
You know, you could just say, talk about the third string,
You would just go with
DB.
it.
And he's like, oh, yeah, he went to Boise State and average. He's like, he knows
It's like
everything
a Ferrari.
about everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
It's like
analogy.
when your wife gets
57
to
houses.
your first divorce, and then you get a Ferrari.
I remember-
And it's a buffet.
The analogies are, as somebody who loves an analogy.
You
love him.
goes-
You know what he loves? He loves the old Netflix versus Blockbuster
Yeah.
debate. He can tie that into anybody.
Yeah,
He's
I
like,
remember-
Cars and that.
Joe Burrow is like Netflix.
Yeah.
His Instagram's out of control right now. Nothing like the skiing, mountains, good drink.
Loves a
Like, we
selfie
get it.
video.
Rich.
Rich, I know one time someone
Got
said
a
to
mountain
him,
home. Yay.
they were like, how do you sleep at night with these, thoughts that you have? And he goes, on a bed full of money next to a hot redhead. And I was like,
Ooh,
good for you,
there you
Colin.
go.
Have you ever seen him eating soup?
Brag.
Yeah, a little big slurper.
Oh.
Is it like a normal everyday? Like, he claims to be a big broth head. And
Oh, that's just for health because he's very healthy.
Yeah, I'm a
You-
big-
You're a big bone broth gal, healthy.
I could eat soup every single meal.
What kind of soup?
Right after
I mean, you name it. Like anything in soup.
Can we power rank a soup? Are we going minestrone? We're going chicken noodle? We're going
So
tomato?
my sneaky favorite soup is probably the Greek lemon soup, the Avgo Limono soup.
Where's that
Okay.
from?
Just Greece.
Petros.
Just Greece.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, it
that's
is like
Greece,
it's like
yeah.
a chicken rice soup with like a egg yolk and lemon mixture
But
to
sometimes it gets that little bitter taste that gets you right here.
it. Yeah, you get that's
You
called
know?
seasoning. I love it. Yeah. No, I it's
Lowry's?
very good. I also just like any sort of chowder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just stews too.
Sure.
Stew.
My
Are you a crock pot guy?
Well, my grandfather used to always say like you eat the soup after the meal because it fills in the cracks of the
that's
meal
adorable.
and it makes you sleepy. Yeah, so I don't know,
Oh,
just
that's so
That soup.
sweet.
I'm just disputing Colin Cowherd's soup credentials because I think sometimes he overplays his hand.
Oh, I thought he liked soup. I just have heard him eat soup, and it's slurp.
It's gross.
But that's not gross. It's
No,
just
it's
a
a-
style.
put that on a
Everyone's got a
headline.
style. How about when people like drag the spoon over their teeth? That's a tough move.
Yeah, with ice cream too
Ooh.
sometimes.
I know people.
Scraping of the
I've
bowl
done
with
it.
a
Man,
spoon.
Dak Prescott.
Ooh.
In the morning, just
Okay, we'll get-
not my better half, but I've been
Okay.
in meeting rooms
Okay.
where it's like, and it's a big spoon, and then it's like, I'm like, really? But see, I have a whole thing. I can get fixated on it really fast, like a heavy breather, a whistle in a nose, a spoon on the teeth, like just
A guy who
knock it off.
pretends that he got vaccinated and didn't.
Or
You guys-
doesn't dip.
Don't like him,
Dip.
huh?
No, he's a loser.
Oh,
Big Cat really doesn't like him because
How
I'm a
come?
tortured Bears
he's
fan,
been
so-
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers
He
has been
owns-
abusing
he
my
owns
life.
them.
So I
Eberflus?
can't wait till
you got
he goes.
Eberflus? You excited about that or no?
I mean, look how you said it. That says it all.
How does that work,
That's
by the way? Like,
perfect.
if a team hires a new coach, somebody that you don't know yet, like, how do you go about making inroads with that person and getting the inside information, getting the scoops and all that? You just like send him a text, you're like, "Hey, it's Erin Andrews." Or,
I
hey,
sent
it's
Dennis
Charissa."
Allen a text yesterday. I'm so excited for him. And Sean.
Yeah, you're really good about that. Reaching out. I haven't been on the sidelines for a long time, but in production meetings is what I miss most about being on the sidelines is because you got FaceTime with all these guys, and that's so important now. It's the relationships that have been established over the years, but that is one benefit. Sans COVID is that being in those rooms with those guys on the field before for an hour, 2 hours during the whole game, post game,
Conference
blah, blah,
calls
blah.
can be a real bear, but they can be really, really awesome. I mean, we've had conference calls. Sean Payton is one of the best to have a conference call with. His conference calls are just like what you saw for his, his not retirement, but his closing, I guess, presser with the Saints. Brady's conference calls with us were freaking believable. I will miss
Gosh.
those so much. He did a lot on them, which I
Yeah?
thought was great. Rodgers, your friend, his conference calls are awesome.
Evasive.
Listening
surly.
to he's great. And you know what's awesome? It's cool because I get to sit back, I get to ask my question at the end. Troy just goes through his list of questions with these guys, and to hear Aaron and Tom and Sean McVay break it down, it's just really it's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. Like
It's
whenever
badass.
whenever we talk to like football guys and like get into like
Yeah.
the details of football. It's just you can sit and
I'll
listen and
I'll
talk
tell you
forever.
one of the best conference calls besides Brady, Rodgers, Kyle Shanahan is fucking awesome
we had him
to
on the
talk
show.
to. He
Yeah.
just breaks it down. And we did a game with him last year against the Packers where their entire roster was depleted. They didn't have anyone because of COVID. And my husband was there and I said, come sit and listen to this. This is going to be awesome. We didn't know what quarterback was going to play.
Yes.
And he just said, I may actually suit up, but I just told these guys, listen, people dream for this shit. You're third, fourth string. Like, let's go. See what can happen. This could be a great story.
When we interviewed him, we were like, we wish we could have done it forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got so much swag.
Except in the fourth quarter.
Well,
Well,
I love the way-
truth. Listen, I like Kyle
we just,
Shanahan a lot.
But by the way, that move right there, just the whoa, gets anybody riled up. Like you could just be saying something and you're
Whoa.
like, shut the door, and you're like, whoa.
Whoa.
And now everyone's like, what, did I say something wrong? It's like it's just a subtle little thing.
It's a little tug on the leash.
Whenever you're uncomfortable in a situation, just go, whoa.
Yeah.
Everyone will.
Well, here's a little tip.
What?
For your podcast, just be more critical of people because then it makes headlines.
Okay, actually, that's great. Since you guys are wildly successful in this space and it's made you a
big deal.
ton of money. No, but you are really good in it.
$75,000 an episode.
And we are new. Wow.
before taxes.
Sexual.
Yep, we get a big check
So, okay, that's a great piece of advice since we're novices
check.
in this area. Yeah.
and the big check.
Is being controversial. We're not really controversial people, though.
Yeah, we don't do it on we're not controversial either. It's
Okay.
more just like have
Have real opinions.
Yeah, right.
Well, we have opinions. We also have employers, though.
Right.
You
and
guys are your own
guys have to
employers
talk,
now.
You have to talk to a lot of these people, which is very awkward. Like we don't.
How great is it for you guys to not have to give a
yeah,
shit?
you never have to see these guys. You talk shit,
do.
you never have to see
No,
them.
we talk shit
we
to
go
their
into locker
face.
rooms all the time. Yeah.
No, the nice thing
You're
is
not
that-
allowed in locker rooms right
No,
now.
That's a
You're
good.
not going
That's
to
a good
locker
point. No, but we do like we have them on
But
the
I
show,
do.
and then we'll
Locker
say
rooms.
exactly what we said about them.
Right.
Like I've said some very
Do it
mean
with a
things
smile.
about DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
And I've said like DK, you turn with approximately the same precision as an aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
And I'll say it to his face, and then now we're good friends. But
It's
that's
disarming.
how
I
yeah,
did
it's
to Matt
disarming.
LaFleur. I joked about him kicking that field goal when they were down 8,
And?
like, he was like, "Well, that sucks that you brought that up," but like
I love
after, yeah,
But
like I
think-
don't know.
but think about SNL. SNL has become, for the 30 years or whatever that it's been on, making fun of people. So
Right.
sometimes making fun of them means that they matter enough when you guys are in your position to care about them. And so then it becomes
I made fun of Jeff Darlington the other day. I said he ruined my weekend.
There you go. No, it's also just, I mean, the simple rule is too, like we just make fun of ourselves more than we make fun of anyone else.
No.
That's it.
self-deprecation
Right.
is our biggest
Right.
thing.
Because
Which
if
how
you
is
do
ours
that,
doing?
like the people who make fun of other people but never make fun of themselves and like sit on a
Well, I-
ivory tower, they're assholes.
Thank you. And that's I'd like to believe that look, I've been very vocal about like not liking certain people in this industry because they'll act one way and then behind your back like say another thing and I'm like fuck it, I'm just trying.
Talking about Sarah Walsh again?
Sarah again, Michelle Beadle. It's like I just don't understand why. It's like if you're gonna say it or you're gonna have the opinion, and look, not everyone's. My mom always said this to me, like not everyone's gonna like you, clearly. So you don't have to like everyone else. Don't be an asshole though. Like my big thing is like if you're mean to hair or makeup or
Yes.
audio or
Yeah.
if
Coworkers.
someone's running the prompter, don't say hey prompter roll up. Know the fucking
Right,
person's
right.
name. Like and so when people in this industry don't do that, I have a very hard time with it. And
I agree.
And when networks tolerate it,
I
it
just
Yeah.
like I get
annoys us.
frustrated by that.
It's a lot like it's a lot of people go into like making everyone look good on air.
Yeah,
So
and
that's
but-
a
and
big
who-
thing.
Yeah, but in
right.
the end, it comes out. We know that.
I
Yeah.
There's
think
been a lot of people. My dad has always
That's
said,
true.
just sit back and watch.
Yep, it's true. Talent wins out, and
I hate the word talent. That's another thing too.
but
and
it does.
I
win out.
love
No, I'm
it.
saying not talent like the people talent. I'm saying like if you're talented
Oh.
and you keep working hard, eventually you will win out. I believe that.
And I do believe being
You have to
nice
treat
person, and I
people
haven't.
well.
Oh, you know what? Like, I'm sure there's someone that's like, oh, she was an asshole to me. Like, I never intentionally want to be mean to someone. I just think in this industry, like, you're not that special. You're replaceable. Just like every
a good point.
athlete has
Great
been
point.
replaced by the next great athlete. Like, appreciate your position, plan your promotion, but say hello to Cheryl, the prompter operator, in
Yeah.
the morning.
I
Like,
am an asshole though when I have 5 minutes before I have to be on air before a big game, which every game is big for me, and I'm sitting there and I'm clearly doing my notes, and someone comes in my space with their head, and it's COVID, and
That's different, though.
Here-
That's different.
But then you hug that guy after
Yeah,
you do the interview
exactly.
with him.
no,
no, that's just not good awareness.
yeah.
Oh man,
I think when you're locked in though, it's a little bit different. Like everybody has that with their job,
Right.
So yeah,
I'm a real bitch when you invade my space and I'm trying to get ready for the game. And then once I get the first hit over with, it's smooth sailing. But up until then, I am crazy pants. I'm scared. I don't want to fuck up.
Do you ever do you have to apologize for getting into bitch mode right before, or is it just understood?
I don't think people, they see you sitting there and they're so excited that they have a sideline pass, and I totally get that. And please enjoy it. I don't think there's anything better than being up, right there at that moment, watching the guys come out. It's so freaking fun. But I'm not there for your enjoyment. I can't screw up. I've been working all week for this. I've got a job. So, yeah, people think I like to. Herb Street and I used to say this all the time when we did college game day. It's like a petting zoo. They're just like, over here.
Yeah.
And it's like, feed me fish. Like,
Yeah.
It's I'll do a trick.
All right, last
Splash
question.
sheets?
Calm Down podcast. Go listen. Great stuff every week. Last question. I was on the flight. And I hadn't watched Newsroom in a really long time, and for some reason I pulled it up. Did you date Will McAvoy?
I didn't.
Jeff Daniels?
And I never
Such a funny
was
blast
asked.
from the
Isn't
past.
it so great?
What, 2013?
It's like the opening scene of
Yeah,
it.
and he's like, yeah,
Weren't
heard
you
you
on
were-
vacation with him or something?
Last episode too.
Yeah.
So at that time I was working for ESPN, and I had a chance with GMA to work the red carpet for the Oscars, and he was there. And he walked up not knowing anything. And I was like, hey, I'm Erin Andrews, and you use my name in your show, and when the hell can I make a cameo on it?
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit.
It's like a very funny, like, you.
It's so
obviously
random.
you've done like crazy stuff in your career, but like having like, oh yeah, if you go to that moment in time,
Yeah.
it's like, all right, who's like the it girl? Oh, Erin Andrews. Let's throw her in this.
That show too was phenomenal. I'm
Yeah,
so
very
sad
good,
that
very good.
No, you have to.
You gotta watch
and
it.
you came up
It's only like
later
7
again
episodes.
too.
Yeah.
Like they did a callback, like he was on vacation with you in the islands or something. I was like, this girl.
It was like the sports version of, or the non-sports version of that. Was the show that he also worked on? I feel like it was called Sports Night.
Oh, Sports
Yeah.
Night. Yeah,
Remember
yeah,
that
yeah.
back in like
Yeah,
the
of
late
course.
90s?
Yeah.
Then that was on HBO, right?
Yes.
I distinctly remember like tuning into a couple episodes.
Yeah.
But
Did you guys ever watch George Michael Sports Machine?
yes.
Yeah.
Pow, pow, pow. Someone needs to bring that back. You guys could do it. And before we go, because I know this is your guys' show, congratulations. Seriously, I know we make a joke about the spelling bee. And the last time you guys, did this interview with us, but you guys have had a ton of success. So congratulations.
Your guys' podcast is killing it. We're just gonna have to
Stop
keep
hating
our-
on my friends, though.
What?
We don't
Stop hating on my friends. Dak, Aaron, all the guys
Get
I
better
hug.
friends.
Whoa!
And then we can
Present company excluded, of
yes.
course.
You guys should have Cletus on the show.
Oh, yeah, he's a talker. He'll say a lot. Yeah, his favorite color is also gray, so that's perfect.
Perfect.
Awesome.
All right. Well, thank you guys so
Thank
much.
you.
Calm down,
Guys,
podcast.
calm down.
Listen to it.
Don't calm down.
Charissa Thompson and Erin Andrews is brought to you by Black Rifle Coffee. Black Rifle Coffee Company is a veteran-owned coffee company serving premium coffee to people who love America. Veteran CEO and founder Evan Haffer spent over 7 years on the ground overseas with U.S. Special Forces and as a CIA contractor. Evan even modified his gun trucks during the invasion of Iraq to grind coffee anywhere. Now he runs Black Rifle Coffee Company, and they import their high-quality coffee beans from all over the world. They roast 5 days a week at their facilities in Manchester, Tennessee, and Salt Lake City, Utah. The team over at Black Rifle Coffee is continually researching and experimenting with new roasting methods and coffee origins. The best way to enjoy Black Rifle Coffee is by joining the Coffee Club. You pick your perfect roast, how much, and when you want delivered to your door. They take care of the rest. It's free to sign up. You get free shipping, discounts on partner brands, and early access to new products and club-exclusive products. You don't want to run into a situation where you wake up in the morning and you didn't plan out your coffee and you don't have anything to drink. It'll throw off your entire day. If you're in the coffee club, they take the guesswork out of it. They make sure that you never run out of coffee, so you never have to walk into work like a zombie without having a cup of joe to get started with your day. Go to blackriflecoffee.com/take. Use code TAKE today. That's blackriflecoffee.com/take. Use code TAKE today. Get the freshest coffee in America shipped to you. If it weren't for Black Rifle Coffee, I don't know that me, Bubba, and Billy would have been able to make it across these United States. They fueled our drive to the 405. Every morning, Billy would shotgun 2 Black Rifle coffees before the day began. Got us there safe and sound. Isn't that right, Billy?
It was awesome.
They started Wild Bill. You got Black Rifle
Wild
Coffee
Bill
to thank.
runs on Black Rifle Coffee.
So shout out blackriflecoffee.com/take. Use promo code TAKE.
All right. We're going to wrap up. We'll do something different because we all took a vacation. We're going to do vacation FAQs.
Pardon my break.
Pardon my break.
Pardon my vac.
Let's do it.
How would you fix saving seats with towels and bags at the resort pool? As a dad of 3, I'm up at 6 a.m. putting towels on chairs, getting the best goddamn seats, shutting out dudes like Big Bank Hank, but to be honest, feeling like an asshole doing it.
I have one way. That's make $75,000 an episode, because then you can rent a villa like I did with my friends. But that's probably a dick answer.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah. That's probably a dick answer. I understand that.
I would just make a big mess, because it's people get mad if you have like 5 or 6 chairs reserved, and there's nobody there for like 3 hours. They'll be like, I haven't seen anybody use these chairs with the towels on it. But if you really spread the towels around, a couple empty water bottles, really junk it up a little bit.
But they clean those. Like the at a nice hotel or resort, they clean up the area. I think you can only just sleep out there. Like, why not just sleep out there with an eye mask? Mm-hmm. Sleep there, set an alarm for like 9:30.
Or you get one of those dummies like people use in the HOV lanes.
Yes.
Where they strap it in. You just put a set of Balls beachwear on like a crash test dummy, and then put it under some towels and shit and lay it out there. Boom, problem solved.
Yeah.
Wet towels and sandy sandals. Just get a bunch of sandals, buy them in the store, put
Leave
sand
them
on
out.
them, leave them.
Yeah, the sandals might work. You're right, because
then
they
you won't clean it.
Yeah, they wouldn't clean sandals. Yeah, that might work. That's actually a genius idea, Billy.
Can't you also just take your kid and at the start of the day, you wait for a couple other people to come around, and then you just grab your kid and you're like, uh-oh, we got an emergency, and then you stand up and you leave. If you say that there's an emergency while you're holding your kid, I feel like that's going to buy you at least a few hours.
Of your
Of all your shit being still out there.
But once you have it, you have it. He's saying, like, the what I'm understanding from this question is, it's a brutal game. You basically, if you're at a nice hotel or a resort, you have to squat on your chairs, and you have it for the whole day. You basically don't leave all day, because you're like, you got to get out there at 7 a.m. and get your nice chair. Do the podcast thing. That was probably douchey of me to say, but whatever.
Hey, PFT, Cat, and Honk. I'm going on spring break this year with 6 other people who all were couples when we booked the trip back in October.
Uh-oh.
Fast forward to January, and one of the couples broke up because the girlfriend was cheating on my buddy because she said she never loved him.
Oh, no.
Always awkward situation, but what makes it worse is that she then confessed her love for me 2 days after they broke up. What do I do to make this the least awkward as possible? Please help me.
All right, it's very simple, because I was just in the Virgin Islands and I saw a lot of this going on. Just make some team T-shirts for yourself, but put pineapples on all of them. And it's just a swingers trip now.
Yeah.
So now it's free love on your vacation. That's
that a sign?
Apparently that's a code.
I didn't know that.
Where the pineapple stands for we're swingers.
Did you end up in an accidental situation or something?
I did not. That would have been very funny if I had. There was a moment where I thought when I got on this boat that I was staying on, and I saw like there was a pineapple out, and somebody just told me about the pineapple thing. I was like, wait, is this boat that I'm staying on run by a lady and her swinger husband? And it's just like stay on the boat, but
fucking suck your way off.
Yeah, the cabins are more of a suggestion. You just kind of go in whatever door that you want.
I saw a
turns out that wasn't the case, for the record.
I saw a boob cruise in Cancun. I was out on a boat one day. I went on vacation. There were 7 of us, and 3 couples and then one of my friends, and he's single by choice. Just want to throw that out there because I don't want him to feel bad. There was a boat. We were coming out of where we were docked, and there was a boob cruise. And you know when it takes you like a second to like kind of pick up on something? So I was like, oh wow, those are some boobs right there. Like, that's sick. I was like, wait, that's another set of boobs. And then it was just a dude with a fucking rock hard boner just standing on the boat. And it was just people fucking on a boat. It was crazy. And it's the thing. I looked it up online. It's like a boob cruise in Cancun. You just go on it and you fuck.
Do you pay a ticket to go on this thing? Or is it like invite only?
It was pay a ticket. They have rules. We went through the rules? The rules are, well, you can't. It said select singles, which I think that's just like they put ringers on there, right? And that if you're in a party of single dudes, it can't be bigger than 2, which makes sense. They want to keep the ratio down.
Yeah.
So those are the rules.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah,
but I would come so fast on
too.
it, and then I'd be on a fucking cruise for the rest of the day. Like, oh, I already came. We didn't even leave.
All right. Speaking of, this is similar to the situation Dave was in. Kind of the reverse though. I was planning on going on a vacation with a bunch of my single guy friends, but my girlfriend asked if she could go.
Uh-oh.
It seemed like it was a bros-only trip since we don't get to see each other very often. Should I bring her anyways?
No.
Help.
No.
Yes?
No.
This feels like a
Maybe.
No.
no. This is a definite no.
This is a hard no.
Because you might have
Yeah,
a
but then she's
decent
going to be
time.
mad at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better than that than like going on a trip where, okay, you have two choices. One, you can not bring her, which is the correct choice, and go on your bros trip and deal with the aftermath, which I'm sure you can pick up, be like, oh, I didn't have a really good time. We like didn't do anything, whatever. Well, you're like, you know, you're really tan and your throat is like hoarse and everything, clearly partying. Or you could bring her and you guys are definitely going to break up on the trip because all your bros want to hang out and go like fuck around and you're with your girlfriend.
I think the most likely scenario that happens if you bring her on the trip is you end up paying a lot of attention to her, and then all of your friends secretly hate you, and then you just will eventually no longer be friends with those guys after that.
But then you like try to make up for it by then ignoring her for one night, and then she breaks up.
I think you gotta encourage her to take a girls' trip that same week.
Correct.
That's really the move.
Correct. But you should aspire to get to a point in life where you can go on trips with couples. That actually is very fun.
Except for
like
Dave.
with your friends. No, don't do that.
All right, good segue. I recently went on a V-word with some friends, and they were go, go, go. By day 5, my girlfriend and I made up an excuse to split ways and take a breather. How much activities do you guys like to plan on vacation, and how much time do you carve to do nothing / have no plans?
It depends on the type of vacation. If it's a beach vacation, I pencil in about 9 to 10 hours a day of doing absolutely nothing except for getting drunk, passing out, waking up, and getting drunk again.
Yeah, my big thing is like if I'm going on a vacation to a tropical place, warm place, it's find one day to do something big, because then it's like mixes it up. Like go out. I went out snorkeling one day. Like then it's like, oh, we did something, because you want to feel like you did something, but just one day, that's enough. And it doesn't have to be anything like like crazy. You're just like, oh, we did something, because there is something about like if you go for like 6 or 7 days somewhere, it's like, what'd you do? Well, I was on the beach all the time. You want to have like one thing. You're like, oh, I did this.
One thing,
one
thing you could tell like your mom about.
Yeah, one
about
thing. That's all.
Oh, we played golf.
Yeah, it's just one thing to put in your back pocket. Be like, oh, I did that. I saw a volcano.
Did you see anything cool on the snorkel trip?
I told you guys a story, but I was snorkeling in the middle of the ocean, and I came up to clean my mask, and some dude was just like, "Big cat?" He was just swimming by me. I was like, "What up?" And I just kept on swimming. It was wild. Shout out that guy. I hope he's listening right now, because he probably told people, and they're like, "I don't believe you." But yeah, it was a very funny moment. Of all places to run into a stoolie is like in the middle of the fucking ocean.
There was this one bartender, and she goes, as I'm getting my tab, she goes, "I like your hat." And I was wearing the hat that Hank's wearing right now. I was like, "Oh, okay. Are you a listener?" And she was like, "Yeah, I love the podcast." I was like, "Thanks so much. I appreciate it." She goes, "Tell Jake hi."
Oh, there we go, Jake. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. I saw a turtle when I was snorkeling, though.
I saw a turtle as well.
Sea turtles are the best.
They're so cool.
They're so chill.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do.
I think we're just a vacation podcast now.
We are.
I think I'm addicted. I'm on island time. I'm an island boy.
What if we like all went on vacation together as a podcast?
Yeah, then it wouldn't be vacation.
Then we'd just be doing the
We'd
podcast.
be working.
But we do like vacation stuff.
What
We
if
would
we
end up
moved
just
the
doing-
podcast
That would
to
go well with
California?
my
There
family.
was a lot of people. I was in California, San Diego, and there was honestly like,
Oh, yeah?
I can't even
Oh,
keep
yeah?
track of
Really?
how many people are like, you guys
Yeah?
got to move out here, and I was like, dude, I know.
Yeah.
Let me talk to the guys.
Hank, tell us about the speech, though. Tell us about the best man speech. What are the highlights?
The speech went great. Shout out to my uncle who helped me a lot going through it the night before. I had the notes in hand. I didn't really look at them. I just looked down at one point just to make sure I was going in the right track, but I was doing eye contact with the audience. It went great.
What was the biggest word you used?
Poof.
Did you try to read?
No, I knew. I did
knew
my
the
best to
notes.
memorize
Yeah.
because I knew that if I was reading, I actually said this to my uncle because he was like, I would just read it. And I was like, no,
Have you heard me
I'm
read?
actually a worse reader than I am a speaker. And
Big-
that's saying something.
Big come up for you though on Wednesday's show.
Yeah,
When
that was huge.
Bubba was so bad at reading. PFT and I didn't even make fun of him. We were like, "Are you okay?" Like we can't joke about this.
Yeah, my parents came up this weekend. I got them a hotel for their birthdays, and just at dinner, my dad just brought it up and just was laughing for 10 minutes about it.
I think we need to
dude, it was bad.
We got to do reading time as a podcast where we just take 30 minutes, just do some reading exercises.
Start a book club.
You know what it is?
I have a lot of books for 3-year-olds, so we can do this.
I think we're all much better readers than people give us credit for. It's just when we're reading off
Billy's
of,
right.
if you read a novel, a book, and read it out loud, it's much different.
Okay, you might
DMs.
be right, but did you listen to Bubba?
Not exactly.
Okay, yeah. So you would not have that opinion if you listened to Wednesday's show.
But shout out to my brother. Great wedding. Good time. There was I was getting a shot with some of my brother's friends, and a stoolie just walked up. He was a bar back, and he walked from behind the back area and slammed a Coors Light down for me and was like, "Here you go. Fucking love you guys." Shout out to that guy.
Yes.
All right, last one. Is there a worse feeling than when an awesome vacation ends? ? Also, how many notes did PFT write to the staff? Over under 10?
Ooh.
You forgot.
I didn't.
You forgot.
I kind of forgot.
You forgot.
But
you forgot.
I gave him a shitload of money at the end of it.
Yeah.
To the point where I didn't know how much to tip somebody that's on a boat with you.
I think they call that if you're overseas. That's what they call money. Notes.
Yeah. I left a few notes. Exactly. I left a couple pounds.
Yeah.
On that boat for him.
Tough follow-up from the life advice.
Very tough. But
tough.
You're on a boat. Provisions are scarce. I don't think that there was a pen or a piece of paper on that thing.
Also, to follow up from what I thought was the funniest part of the life advice was the suit never came out at Super Bowl week. You did bring it to Super Bowl Sunday.
Yes.
I wore it, yeah. I wore Saturday.
Yes.
Before
and
the
it looked
game.
as wrinkled as you'd think it would.
It was a very wrinkled
being in
suit.
your bag for a week and a half.
I really tried to get all the wrinkles out by putting it in the shower with me for about 5 minutes on full power on hot water. That didn't work, it turns out.
Yeah, no, coming back to this question, coming back from vacation sucks. It's
It's way worse in the winter too. Going from sun.
Thankfully, it was warm today the last 2 days.
To miserable weather.
Yeah,
it's just sad. It was dark at 3:00 today.
I did have I did enjoy seeing my kids, so that was the one plus. But I'm not saying people should have kids just so that moment they come back from vacation isn't the worst.
I think a lot of people get dogs so that when they go
dogs
overseas to war, they come back and their dog gives them a nice hello.
Yes.
One quick one, Big Cat, because you can answer this quickly, but. This guy said, I'm a new father. Please explain the difference between vacations with kids versus vacations without kids. My wife thinks it will be appropriate to take our 1-year-old with our son on a 4th of July trip with friends this summer.
No, it's vacation when you don't have children with you, and it's a trip when you do. Because it's not a vacation when you bring your kids. It's just you're actually making it harder on yourself. Because all the nice things that you have at home to help their crib, all the things you have around that help with child care TV aren't there when you go on vacation. So now it's just a trip. You're making an away game. Parenting is so much harder than a home game. I'm a big believer in someday my kids will come to vacation, but not for a while. I think until
I saw one family bring a nanny with them.
Yeah, you can do that. That's a flex.
That is a flex.
That's a flex. That's an expensive flex. I think it's probably better to just go without your kids. I'm also like I said, someday I hope to travel with my kids and show them the world and all that stuff. But I'm a big believer. A 1-year-old, my kids are 2.5 and 9 months. They wouldn't remember a second of a vacation. Why would I waste money on them? No offense to them. I love them dearly, but come on, it would just be a pain in my ass. Maybe when these my son's 6 and my daughter's 4. We also can start doing shit.
It teaches them resilience on how to get along without their parents around.
With no one around. Yeah. I just left a bowl of water out for my kids.
Yeah, newspapers.
5 days.
On the floor.
It's incredible. They both were fine. All right, great post-vacation episode, boys.
Should do this more often.
Yeah, I can get used
podcasting?
to it.
Yeah, we're going to do it again on Thursday.
No, post-vacation podcasting.
Post-vacation, we do have tans.
I do have post-vacation clarity right now.
Mm-hmm. It's oh, man.
I might just still be drunk, actually.
Yeah, we should do that again. All right, numbers. By the way, people were very... You know what?
22.
We're going to do 2 numbers. We fucked up. We didn't do a number at the end of the life episode. People were very upset. So the first number we draw will be the Life episode.
Oh my! I also fucked up so bad. I had a Cats in the Cradle Take on Me remix that I'll play now.
Why?
I meant to play at the end of that one.
Why?
Someone actually
After
sent
I
it.
left my kids out with a bowl of
I was
food.
like, oh, this is a funny callback, and I forgot.
All right,
So,
here we
fuck
go.
me.
First number,
64.
22.
2.
This is for Friday's show.
It's 22. I'm gonna kill you.
28. Second number.
22.
51.
No, wait.
69.
That was your first one.
Yeah, I was going to do it again.
All right, 2.
No, we'll both do it.
No.
22.
2.
51.
51, 69.
6.
Oh, I forgot because two-man. Shout out to two-man, finally.
We killed him. R.I.P. Our sweet prince.
35. I was saying to Hank, the best part about the two-man video is I just wish we had more time to make it because we had 9 years
I thought
and we did it in 4 minutes in a hotel.
it was perfect. I thought it hit all the right
I wish we
notes.
had just not run out of time. The greatest procrastination of all time was having two 22 sneak up on us. It's a date that we knew was coming for a decade.
It was
it
a
came
tough
out.
when I realized that like the week I wasn't gonna be here the week before, and then I was getting back like the night before the day, so I wouldn't have time. I couldn't push it off anymore. I was like, oh fuck, but it came
Oh,
out
shit.
great.
This date is actually happening.
Came out
like
great.
every other date in the history of dates. All right.
Russia has trained beluga whales and dolphins to attack scuba divers.
Love you guys.